Though.
Did
Stars
you?
of Galaxy 3
I
is
saw
good.
it on Disney, and I almost watched it.
What's up, everybody? It's Nice Guy Indie Podcast. You know what we do? We watch wrestling. It's Wednesday night, and we have wrestlers in the. You know, we have wrestlers always in here. It's Wednesday night, and to my right here, or to my left here, I got Superfly Johnny Lee.
What's up? What's up?
And we got a special guest in the house, Adrian Alexander.
Hello.
And our very, very special guest, our guest tonight is Morgan Jane.
Hello.
New wrestler to the Kentucky wrestling scene. She's been debuted at EWA Wrestling down in Elite Wrestling Alliance down in Frankfurt. Adrian may know a little bit about that.
Absolutely. First off, I would just like to point out that Chris Jericho has the fit. If he was wearing blue, it would be a little better, but we'll take the maroon. EWA. Let's touch on that for just a second. That's my baby, Elite Wrestling Alliance, currently running out of Frankfort, Kentucky. I think I just covered exactly everything you just said. But we have been operating since April of this year. We just crowned a brand new EWA champion in Marty Clay in July.
Good choice.
Gold Rush.
Down in Frankfurt.
Oh, there we go. And then we just had one absolute stellar show that involved people like Zodiac, Danny Limelight, Marty Clay, Tony Corral, Arcade Hangover. I am not remembering anybody else's name, but we had a stacked card. It was absolutely awesome. We had Brandon Wolf in the house, and we had the debut of Morgan Jane at EWA. Now, Morgan has been managing me throughout the fair shows this year. She's been USWF and UCW. We have had matches against Marty Clay.
That's right.
Brandon Wolf, Cody Matthews. I'm missing somebody else here. Chris Michaels.
See if you can get on there and share. See if you can get on there and share.
So, you know, this is a debut at EWA, but not necessarily a debut for some people to see Morgan Jane. She's been out there picking up very, very, very quickly. But I think this right here at EWA is the start of something that could be really, really cool. I'm excited about it. I know she's excited about it. If you weren't there this first Saturday in August to see what went down, you missed one awesome show. You missed an awesome start of what is about to be something really, really cool with Morgan Jane, with the American Outlaws, with Arcade Hangover. I mean, there are so many layers to what's going on. This is going to be incredible.
You know what? I saw Tony refuse her services. That cost him a match.
It did cost him a match. So the question that I have that I think Morgan can probably answer better than I can, what exactly is going on right there? What were you trying, for people that weren't there on Saturday, what was going on? What happened? Run us down really quickly from start to finish. What happened? Why were you out there? Why? What happened that cost them the match?
I wanted to join the American Outlaws, and they told me no. So I went out there and went back and forth because I don't take no for an answer, ever. And still told me no. And it cost them the match. Not my fault, though.
So, yeah, you didn't do that intentionally, though.
No.
Okay, all right. That's really what I was trying to get to. For those of you that weren't there, she went out and offered Tony Corral. She wanted to sit under the Tony Corral learning tree. You know, as a lot of us did. I was, when I first started my career, Tony taught me a lot about this business. She went out there and you know, she said, you know what, I want to learn from you. And Tony said, no. So, you know, being the person she is, she went back out again and, you know, not taking no for an answer. And ultimately, Joseph Miles took his eye off the ball and lost the match.
Yeah, he got hammered. But I don't see that. I think that Tony made a wrong mistake by not taking you in, because I just think that you could
Elevate.
help elevate help get back on the winning track for the American Outlaws, because they've been losing a lot of matches lately, and they kind of, I think they kind of needed you. You've been managing a star like Adrian Alexander, and you offered them your management services, and they overlooked that you're just you're not you haven't been around as long, but you got some new ideas and you can steer them in the right direction, I think. And I think they overlooked your experience that you had already by managing somebody like Adrian Alexander and helping him get some wins under his belt there. So it's you that she managed you, right, at some of the fair shows?
Absolutely.
So what did she bring to you when you were in that ring that helped you win those matches? Like somebody that's got your back on the
Let's not talk
outside?
about wins and losses right now. My fair show season didn't.
Oh,
go
did
exactly
not?
according
Did it
to
go?
plan.
Okay.
But with that being said, as a former manager myself,
Yeah.
I can say without a shadow of a doubt that having somebody at ringside with you watching your back goes a million miles. It takes it from being it almost takes it from being a one-on-one match to a two-on-one match, because you've got eyes in the back of your head at all time. When you get clocked with something, you got somebody in your ear still telling you. It's like a corner man in boxing.
Yeah, exactly.
You have a coach out there constantly, and then maybe once or twice we may have also.
So I don't think Tony he just misunderstood your intentions. I think he thought that he thought that you wanted to be a tag along on them, but you really wanted to help elevate them to more wins. I think that's what your intention was, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So he didn't even understand. Next time you see him, you're gonna have to tell him that, hey, you guys been losing a lot. I'm here to watch y'all's back. If y'all think I'm just some little sissy little girl that's out here that can't do anything, I can do something. And then all you need to do is take a bat and beat somebody with it.
His big mistake was that he refused to let her be part of it, and that cost him the match. Because just Miles, the kid, I'm telling you, he messed up by letting that kid inside the group, because it proved fatal.
Yeah, I think he was just being too childish. You need somebody serious like you that has the devil in their back pocket. Tell us this whole devil thing that you got going on.
The devil incarnate.
Yeah. So you got a little evil streak in your back pocket?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit?
There's a bat in this room, isn't there?
A
Yeah,
bat?
Still a bat? Still a bat? No, we need to hide that. Hide
Where's
the bat.
where's the
hide
bat?
the bat.
The bat is.
You want to give it to me?
No,
Huh?
no. We do not need
Bat
to
is
give her
inside
any
the place.
weapons.
The bat's where?
Down inside your car.
It's in my car? The bat
Yeah.
is?
In his car.
Can I have the
He
keys?
did a great job.
No, you cannot have the keys.
I mean,
So tell us about Morgan Jane. Tell us your whole thing. What's going on with Morgan Jane? What do you think you're going to bring to the American Outlaws?
More wins.
More wins? You're going to give them those little advice in the back and watch their backs?
Yeah. All I want to do is help. So them rejecting my help is not working out in their favor.
You don't want to help. You want to go in there and take over that, because apparently Tony Corral doesn't know what he's doing. And the other guy, was it Logan, right?
Tyler Logan.
Tyler Logan. Apparently he's just following Tony Corral. You need to go in there and be the leader of that group.
don't
Strong
give away
words.
your
Nice
ideas.
guy Andy is. I think he's planting seeds.
He's playing devil.
Nice
I
guy
am.
Andy might be planting seeds. We are going for a
Eric
full-blown
said, "Give her the
takeover of the
baseball
American
bat."
Outlaws.
Yeah.
I mean, look at it from our point of view. She's smart.
I-
Tony Corral, he didn't want to take it in,
Tony
so
Corral's just,
he gets in.
that he's American. He's an outlaw. He
He's more about brute
he just
strength.
needs somebody that's on his level to sit down. I'm not saying he's not a smart guy. I need, I can tell that you're smart the way you're looking at me through those little eyes that you got. You're even
You got ideas.
you're even plotting to take over the podcast. I think I can tell. But you can go in there, and Tony needs somebody to sit down with him, just as smart as him, and come up with some good ideas. Because that Tyler Logan guy, I don't think I think he's good in the ring, but I don't know if he's got the wits about him to sit down with Tony Corral and come up with some mean ass plans, because they just seem like they just been out of control since they took over. They came in there.
I think once they had the miscommunication, and that 6-man match when Tyler Logan wasn't there, and they paid Brandon Valor to join with them. I think ever since then, the American Outlaws have looked a step slow, and maybe this is just my personal bias toward Tony Corral, but I think Tony Corral's starting to look a step slow.
Yeah.
So, maybe
He needs to concentrate more on what he's doing in the ring and stop trying to figure out what's on the outside. That's why he needs you on the outside to watch what's going on the outside, to tell him in his ear, say, hey, this is going on out here. These people are going, this is what's happening. Those guys I seen them do this. I seen them do that. They said this, they said that over, and you can kind of like be their ears to listen to what they're saying.
That's what you tried to do Saturday night, and he refused.
Well, he'll come back around, but you just take out. You just gotta. I think you gotta threaten Tony.
I mean, all she gotta do is get it back.
What do you think?
He'll be,
I mean, absolutely.
She needs to threaten him.
I think she brings more to the table than he's willing to admit.
Well, I don't think he has any respect for her.
I think he has
I
respect
think
for
you're gonna have to
anybody.
show him some. I think you're gonna have to teach him that you're not just a simple little woman, and you're gonna help his cause. Yeah.
I think this all may go back to a little bitterness. If we go back about 2 years ago, and this is going off track from the Morgan Jane thing a little bit, but let's dive into Tony Corral, right? Tony Corral and I have had a past. We were tag partners. I sat under the Tony Corral learning tree, but it all ended at Kentucky Elite Pro Wrestling, a hardcore street fight.
Oh yeah, we were there for that.
we were there for that.
And there's kind of there may be a little bit of unfinished business there with Tony. I think in his mind, he may see that he lost. Because I walked out with the belt, but really, did either of us win that match? Because if I recollect, Scott Diamond came out and attacked Bobby Doss, and that was really the end of it. So I think in Tony Corral's mind, I think he's been a step slow ever since that match. So maybe maybe Morgan coming and bringing this to the table, maybe he sees that as threatening,
Yeah.
I believe it.
You think that he thinks that she's on your side?
I mean, I don't know. She managed me all summer, so yeah. I don't know what's going through his mind. I'm just speculating at this point in time.
Yeah.
Maybe he's afraid to let her be a part of it.
I'm just saying, mistakes happen, and people make mistakes, but I don't think this is I don't think this is a mistake. I think Tony Corral would be right by allowing Morgan Jane to be a part of the group. Give her that chance, because I think it's going to bring a lot more. I think it's going to rejuvenate the American Outlaws. It's going to give them, just like you were talking about earlier, they've come off of a string of losses. They've looked a step slow ever since losing to Marty, Matt, and Cody. This may be what they need, because Tony is in desperate need of a win right now.
Yes, he is, and he's losing his. He maybe need a new member too, another new member. I don't know.
I know, because they kicked out Joseph Miles already.
Yeah.
So now they're like 2 guys only.
Well, we started the podcast kind of quick, and we forgot to mention the sponsors. So let's mention some sponsors. Johnny, you want to?
Oh yes, we'd like to give a shout out to UCW, Ultimate Championship Wrestling. They've been running their fair shows all summer long. You can still catch it before the fair show's in. Make sure that you go out and check them, because if you don't, sorry about your luck.
You can find them on. You can find them on Facebook. They have I'm sure they have a list of fair shows they're going to be at.
And we want to shout Appalachian Mountain Wrestling. They got their big pay-per-view, King of Mountains, coming up September 9th. If you can't be there live, catch it on D&D Sports Network, because it's their biggest pay-per-view.
Yeah, that's going to be a hell of a show, and Adrian Alexander is going to be there.
That's right.
So yeah, every show that Adrian's at, you guys gotta pick that up. And New South Wrestling is going to have a show this week down there.
Yep,
back to
this
school,
Sunday.
like the back to school show, right?
Yep. And guess who's there?
Who?
Frank the Tank.
Frank the Tank's going to be there, and
Caused me to have a little PTSD over
That's the
here.
man.
and that's
that
going.
he has
You're
to
taking on Frank, right? Wow, we'll get into talking about that here in a little bit. But Alexis Littlefoot's going to be there, and she's got some kind of announcement or something, I think.
Yeah, I think
Yep.
so.
I don't know, but we'll see that.
Taking over the Nice Candy podcast, firing us all.
Listen, I've already done that. Don't make me do it again.
Elite Wrestling Alliance is one of our sponsors down down in Frankfurt. The man right here with us.
That's right.
He always supports us. We also always support him. Adrian, that was a great show. We had a great show last week. I loved it. That's always
Those
awesome.
guys and girls went out there and absolutely killed it on Saturday night. You are missing it if you're not there.
Hopefully we can get more involved with you guys down there at EWA, and we'll help pack that place. Because people, if y'all are missing EWA, it's one of the hottest promotions that started this year. This is your fifth or sixth show, right?
Fifth show.
Coming up to your sixth show here in the next month. When is that? The first Saturday of
Yes, that will be September the 2nd. Man,
September
Johnny
2nd.
is on it. September the 2nd, EWA presents Prime 4. You never know who can come out of the... Oh, I will tell you who can come out of the woodwork, though. Listen to this. We have... Bobby Blade announced this is the last show. If you weren't there, you missed it. Marty Clay versus Picture Perfect Jordan Cage. The former New South heavyweight champion, Jordan
Cage. He likes
Cage.
Gold. And he's got Bobby Blade in his ring, man. That's crazy.
That is veteran. We just talked about managing and how important that is. You have a manager. You have Picture Perfect Jordan Cage, who's a 20-year veteran, and you have got Bobby Blade in his corner watching his back. He has been around for 25, 30 years. This man has been
Bobby
around
Blade's
and seen it all.
Legend.
So
Maybe you need to pick Bobby Blade's brain a little bit.
Absolutely.
Get a chance.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We also want to shout Adam Asher of Always Throwing Graphic Designs. As you can see, the man right here, AJ Center, sports one of his designs on his site.
He's made us a logo too. He made Marty Clay a logo, and he's made Henry Shaw's logo. Guys, he made the Lexington Out Loud, Lex Out Loud logo. Guys, if y'all need a logo, he is very, very cheap. I'm not going to say he's cheap, but
he does very good work for a reasonable price.
His price is cheap, but his quality is not cheap. He'll come up with something like automatically for you, and if you don't like it, he'll tweak it until you love it. So check out Always Throwing Graphic Designs and Bo's Tractor Works. Johnny likes Bo's Tractors Works, don't you?
Andy, sometimes you just gotta get that cream on the hands and work the bone.
Oh, is that cream everybody's been talking about?
Yeah.
That stuff is magic.
Yeah.
It is.
Stuff is magic.
Really is.
And Johnny always has a sore muscle that he uses on.
I mean, you gotta heal it somehow, Andy.
I know, right? It's awful sore.
I mean, it's made for bones.
We're going to give Live Wire Entertainment a shout out. The guys, if y'all need any lighting or anything, music or anything, you're having a party, get a hold of Live Wire Entertainment. You got a bar, a grill, somewhere down there, anywhere around town. He'll come and do karaoke over there. Those guys set something up for weekly. Their schedule is on Facebook where they're at every night. I think they're at Neon Nights. Was that what it's called?
Neon Nights.
Neon Nights. They're over at Cocktails. They're at Pivot Brewery. Guys, give them if you see any karaoke or anything going on over there, that's the Live Wire Entertainment. Jay Ritchie, tell him that nice guy, he sent you over there.
Andy, I'm gonna cut you off again. If you've been to any EWA shows, Livewire is the guys that do all of the sound, all of the lights, everything that makes EWA's presentation awesome. That's those guys right there. They are absolutely incredible.
Yep, and he's doing he does New South Wrestling too.
Yeah.
And he is also with us, sponsors of the Lex Out Loud comedy series that's in Lexington at Pivot Brewery every month.
1400 Delaware Avenue.
1400 Delaware Avenue, like Johnny said, and we host that show. We don't host that show. We sponsor that show with Live Wire Entertainment and Pivot Brewery. So come over. It's a free show. You can get in for free. But if you use a toilet, you gotta give a quarter.
Tip your bartender.
Does that quarter go directly to you, Andy?
It does, yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
So you got to come and pay me if you want to use the bathroom over there, and a lot of people use the bathroom. Boy. Yeah, I got a whole pocket full of change when I get out of there.
We'd also like to shout out Phenomenal Finds ATL. They got all kinds of retro wrestling memorabilia that you can get, and they occasionally will be auctioning off wrestling memorabilia. So be on the lookout on their Facebook page.
We want to shout out our boy Joe Monroe at the Joe Monroe podcast show, Joe Monroe Show. He's on YouTube. He's setting up his new studio right now, so he's not done a show just yet lately, but he's done 2, 3, right? 3 shows.
Yes.
Joe is a good friend of the podcast, so give him a shout out. Tell him Nice Guy in the podcast sent you over there to watch him, and back to the show.
DJ Eric goes, Bobby Blade's going to make the divorce rate at the EWA shows go up. Bobby says, Eric, 3 people got divorced just from my appearance on Saturday night. That's Bobby right there.
Bobby's awesome, man. Bobby Blade is awesome. You're very lucky to have him down there commentating for you
He's
guys.
awesome. Have you guys watched on YouTube? The commentary team absolutely kills it.
Yeah, go back, guys. Check out. You have a new YouTube channel, right?
Absolutely. Elite Wrestling Alliance has a YouTube now. We have 2 matches up from Gold Rush. Hopefully pretty shortly we can start finishing up production on Prime Zodi Edition, this last show, and start getting it up on YouTube. But, yeah, if you guys haven't been able to check out an EWA show, or you just weren't able to see Gold Rush, there are 2 incredible matches. And in my opinion, I mean, those guys went out there and killed it, but the commentary team is what absolutely makes those YouTube videos.
We got some clips from that show we'll give to you, too, so you can use the shorts.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely.
Shorts on YouTube help. Like, you do shorts, that helps grow your page real quick.
Bobby Blade's one hell of a commentator.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so, Morgan, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
You're beautiful sitting over there, by
Thank
the
you.
way. I love your dress. Did you wear that dress for us? Because you know that's our
I
color.
did.
That's our
That
color.
is our color.
And Adrian's got that color, too. Well, I think we're all like that blue, don't we?
Hey, you can't go wrong with that.
Big
blue.
fan.
That blue
that's
is
that
awesome.
EWA blue.
I know, right? That dress looks great on you, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm a big flirt, so don't get mad at me. No, yeah, I just made it awkward, didn't I?
No, you did not.
Yeah, you made it all.
So, what about those Lakers?
So what about those Lakers?
Let's talk for a second. In a million years, we're going to go off topic for
Okay,
just a second.
let's
In
do
a
it.
million years, would, 5-10 years ago, would you ever have guessed that the Hardy Boys and the Young Bucks would ever have a match in 2023?
I never thought. And yet
Never
here it
would
is.
have.
No, I didn't know. Are they having a match?
Yeah,
They
right
are having
now.
a match.
They're doing it
This
right
is
now?
right here.
Oh, they're
in
having
front
it
of
right
us.
now,
It's
okay.
wonderful TV
Yeah.
right here. This Nice
They
Guy
came
Andy
out and helped-
podcast.
They came out and helped them last week, so I guess they give them a match, huh?
They're sick and tired of being compared to the Hardy Boys, so now they want to show that they're better than the Hardy Boys.
Well,
Makes
they're-
sense that they're wrestling,
Yeah.
They just-
especially
both of them.
since Jeff
I
Hardy
think
came
it's
back.
great. I think that Jeff Hardy coming back is good because I hope
Absolutely.
he's clean now. I hope that he don't have
Hope
to
he stays clean, but
stays clean. I hope Sean, you know about that kind of things, right?
I do.
Sean's been clean for 8 years now.
Going on 8 years, September 1st.
September 1st be 8 years.
Congratulations.
That's awesome.
Hey, I still got a long ways to go before I can hit that 8 years.
I've been off black strippers 3 weeks now.
Not what you said when you got here.
It's all yeah.
Sean was said off camera just like
Sean, don't tell my Good Lord. Hey, remind me to fire him later.
that.
You
He'll just come back. though,
Andy, you
the
care
next
if I
week.
ask a question?
You can ask any
I'm-
question
I'm
you
gonna
want.
Ask a question.
Ask any question you want.
Morgan, in the past 4+ months since you have been back into the wrestling scene, what has been your favorite memory you've had so far? Wrestling memory. I'm talking about in general.
Probably working with Chris Michaels.
It was fun. It was fun. It was a really good match. If you guys missed that, that was awesome.
Where was y'all? Where was that
Awesome.
at?
It was for UCW. That was down at the Barron County Fair. Barron County. Yeah, Barron County
UCW
Fair.
is incredible, aren't they?
Oh, they.
Terry England's incredible, guys. If y'all haven't been down to UCW or caught any of their matches, they put on a great match. They're so professional. It's just great.
Terry England's phenomenal.
They hook up these
Phenomenal.
matches like you against Chris What do you say,
Chris Michaels.
Chris Michaels.
TNA
Chris
legend
Michaels
Chris
awesome.
Michaels.
Yeah. Who else have you got to wrestle lately?
Me? Oh shoot. Well, now I'm blanking out.
Did you get you got to wrestle AJ Costanzo, right?
I
Yeah,
will.
you
I
will.
will. That will
Oh.
be the first round of the King of the Mountains tournament for AMW.
Oh, okay.
It's AJ Kazana. That I'm telling you, I'm
Man.
excited. That
We'll be there.
Absolutely.
I'm a
excited
big
to see
fan
you
of
all.
both of you guys. Like, so that's going to be incredible. I'm
Hey,
so happy that I'm going to be there.
AJ's phenomenal. I've been around him for a while now, seeing what he can do. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's going to be probably one of the largest competitors that I have. Well, not counting Frank the Tank this weekend.
We keep not talking about that. That's going to be
That's going to be fun. You know, and honestly, Andy,
What do
here's
you?
the
What do
deal.
you? I mean, you're a good sized guy, but like this,
He's Frank
he's
the
like
Tank for a
four
reason.
times. He's going 4 times as big as you.
Absolutely. His
What do
finishing
you-
move
what-
is called the Diamond Compactor.
What as a guy your size do with a guy that big? Just try to get him down. What's
You
your
just
game
gotta
plan
go
with
for the
that?
legs. You got to go for the legs. I mean, that's the bottom line. You can't match up strength with somebody like that.
Take
I mean,
the legs out.
I'm usually the smallest guy in the ring at any given time,
Uh-huh.
but this is going to be the underdog fight of the century.
Wow, it is. Yeah.
And
Not
David Bly.
only,
David
not
Bly.
only do I have Frank the Tank, who is a Kentucky legend.
Yes.
Scott Diamond's in his corner. And
Yeah.
just like we talked about earlier with managers, there's eyes in the back of his head. So
But-
even if I can get him down, I still, not only do I have to get Frank down, I've got to get Scott out of the equation.
But you have a Scott in your corner too.
Absolutely.
Scott
the
Storm.
legendary Scott Storm, former NWA Tag Team Champion, former NWA Heavyweight Champion Scott Storm.
Wow,
One of
that's
that-
crazy.
They keep on pushing.
Yeah, he's been
back
losing
off.
weight. He's been in the gym. I
Johnny's
think
looking
he's
good.
looking for
good.
a.
Hey, we smelling a tag match coming in the future?
I don't.
I'll
I
smell
think
one.
so. You think that Scott Diamond will come out of retirement for that?
Scott Diamond has been itching to come out of retirement.
Oh,
That
he's,
man can't say, hey, I retired him a year ago and he's still wrestling.
Yeah, yeah.
He
He's
retired in January 2023. and
man.
always
He's a
wanted to-
character, ain't
Still, absolutely.
he? He's never. He's always been totally crazily nice to us,
They
but
just hit
Scott-
the 3
yeah.
Absolutely.
But he recently turned on you. What was that all about?
That is Scott Diamond being the ultimate opportunist, right?
Yeah.
He sees something in Matt Atreya, something that I've seen in Matt Atreya, something that a lot of people have seen in Matt.
Matt's a killer,
He
man.
made a business decision. At the end of the day, I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect that. That was a business decision.
I respect
Whether
that, too.
whether I like it or not, whether I think that maybe it should have been me over Matt.
Uh-huh.
At the end of the day, business is business.
I know.
I learned from Scott. Scott's taught me a lot. I should have seen it coming.
And business is business, and you having Scott Storm, which is Tony Presley, in your corner. You and him have had a lot of headbutting. How do you feel about that? Do you completely trust Scott in your corner, Scott Storm in your corner, because you don't think that he'll?
At the end of the day, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. You heard that before.
Yes, yeah.
I've heard that.
Obviously eyes will be in the back of my head at all times, but at the end of the day, I think that we're more worried about making sure Scott Diamond realizes this isn't his show. New South is not his show to run. Just because he surrounds himself with these phenomenal athletes like Nurse Micah, like
Troy Parker.
like Troy Parker,
He's a
like Matt
beast.
Atreya, like Frank the Tank. This isn't his show. He can't run around and do whatever he wants. So yeah, have Tony Presley and I not seen eye to eye? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, he wants to do what's best for New South. I want to do what's best for New South, and I want to get my pound of flesh back.
Yeah.
Me and Matt are not done.
Yeah.
This isn't the end of Matt and myself. This is not the end
So
of
you
this
want
whole story.
you want the belt back?
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
will stand by this. I was the greatest Nice Guy Indie podcast of champion of all time.
That's
No
right.
knock to Zodiac. And I will be a Nice Guy Indie podcast champion again.
Oh
And what's
wow.
funny is you
Okay.
said that you would never lose that title, and they made sure that you did. Because you were the man that held that title for a long time.
You did have it for a long time.
Successfully defended that title
The
for a long
second
time.
champion only. Now Matt's the third champion of that belt.
And how many times has Matt defended it?
Well, he's not.
Not-
Zero.
He hasn't defended it none yet. So
Plus
he's been hurt.
Injured.
He's been injured.
okay.
Injured. Bobby.
But I will throw this out there. When you had Scott, the last New South show you were supposed to have against Maitreya, the power cuts off all across Lawrenceburg. Something tells me you and Scott conspired to shut the power down across the whole city, not just the arena.
Sean, we spoke about this.
We spoke about that. We spoke about that with Scott. I didn't give my side with Adrian.
What did Scott tell you?
Oh, he got all mad, but he didn't deny it either. He just got all offensive.
Well, listen here, okay? All right, we had nothing to do with the show getting canceled, okay?
Okay.
We had nothing to do with it. We'll
We
just
all
leave it
tried
at that.
telling him that.
Okay.
He didn't want to believe it.
Just leave it at that.
I'll leave.
But even
leave
if
it
we
at that.
had anything to do with the power
Sean's a
getting
big
cut
conspiracy
I
theorist.
am.
It really is.
off, even if we created the thunderstorm that knocked out the power, that then flooded the building, that then caused the show to be canceled, I still held up my end of the bargain.
Yeah.
I still went ahead and went through that match with Maitreya. I was there the day the show was canceled. I was ready to defend the title.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where was Matt? He was nowhere to be found.
Exactly.
Sean
Exactly.
still thinks that we didn't go to the moon.
Yeah, he still believes that.
He said that moon landing was faked.
He said that looked obviously like a movie set.
And it was. It looked like it was.
Yeah. Because think about it. In 1969 or whatever year it was, that
Yeah.
clown-
69's a good number.
Shut up.
It really is.
It's fun. It's a fun number. It's a
Morgan
yin
Jane,
yang.
how do you
It's
feel
the
about the
yin-yang.
moon landing?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yes, how do you feel
Let's
about
get
it?
in this.
Let's get into that.
Morgan, how do you feel about the moon landing? Was it real or was it fake?
Like somebody walking on the moon, or
Landing, walking. I
Do
don't
you
care. How
believe
was
that
it?
the United States government put an astronaut on the moon?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. We have one yes. I
Yeah,
think
we got
it's real.
one yes.
I think it's real.
You
That's
think
two,
it's real?
That's 2 yeses.
Dream.
Johnny.
Johnny thinks it's real?
Yeah.
This is now the Nice Guy Andy podcast conspiracy.
I have to say I don't believe that shit.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, I don't believe that. at
So
all.
I'm trying to say,
Sean don't believe it either, do you,
I don't
Sean?
believe the moon landing happened because
What about-
how can back in 1969 the camera footage back then it sucked. How could it show plain as day somebody bouncing on a thing? That was done on a soundstage.
Yeah. And they took that, they had that car up there that they were driving around on the moon, and they brung that sumbitch back. Like, how they load it back up on the thing? Huh?
It's still up there.
I thought they brung it back.
it's still up there.
Oh, it's still up there.
It's on the dark side.
Well, somebody else is up there riding it around, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
I heard
Probably
Morgan.
hell.
I heard Morgan took a joyride on it
I'm
one day and crashed into a crater.
Cam, what do you think? Real or fake? Moon landing.
Moon landing.
He's like, we went to the moon?
He like, wait, y'all were talking
I
about
don't
the
watch
moon?
I don't watch a lot of news. I'm too busy watching.
Kane was the man. Kane was the man that walked on the moon.
I
Yeah.
knew it was him.
He's
Oh,
still.
God, I used to moonwalk it all.
I think
Hey,
he's still on
y'all
the moon.
What y'all think about the government finally saying aliens were real?
Well, they did not say that. That's a lot of people are saying that the government said that aliens are real, and they did not say that. I watched the.
It's
Now
just,
we're gonna
hey,
get the
listen,
bust
they
of
leaked that.
FDR.
They leaked that information to distract from something
I
else.
watched
Yeah.
the hearings. They had guys up there on the hearings. They were whistleblowers saying that they seen aliens, but United States government has not said that they know of aliens or seen
And
aliens.
somehow
So
that
they have not
came
admitted
back
it
as-
yet.
Somehow that came back as the government. Yes, the government somehow said aliens are real.
Yeah.
You know,
Morgan?
whistleblowers.
Yeah.
How do you feel about aliens? Real or not real?
I believe in aliens.
All right,
Yeah,
you
I
heard
do
it
too.
here first. Nice Guy Eddie podcast. Morgan Jane believes in aliens. Go laugh and point and make fun of her.
I
I'm
believe in
kidding.
aliens
I'm
too.
kidding.
So
We got an alien right there. You pointed at the
I mean, we got alien right behind us. He looks like an alien.
Listen, I'll shout out Party Man Cam real quick. This man has been absolutely killing it here lately.
he has.
Absolutely killing
He's
it.
full of talent. I think that Cam is full of talent, and you.
Anybody that says differently needs to go get their head examined.
Well, me and him talked one day, and I was like, man, don't give up the dancing. But the dancing's the thing that you've been doing for a long time. The dancing's very physical. The dancing's very entertaining. You've practiced all those moves for years and years. Now you just need to practice the wrestling moves, and I think you'll be okay. But put the dancing in with it. And now he's turned into the party guy, and he's listened to you. He's listened to me. He's listened to Johnny. He's listened to himself, and he's got a really good
Kidnapping psychology. Yeah, fine.
good thing going on. I think that you've always been party man, Cam, and I think it's true to yourself, the
It's
biggest.
it's like I said before, like, you know, back then when I was Diego, I've kind of lost myself a little bit. 'Cause
Yeah, you're good, man.
know what
Yeah, I
I
think you're
wanted.
finding yourself. I think that it's awesome. I think we all, a lot of us around here, sometimes we get depressed and sometimes we don't know who we are, and we just need friends to tell us who we are and help us figure out what's going on. And we always need to boost each other up, guys. And when you're out there, you got a friend that's depressed or having anxiety or anything, reach out to your friends. Talk to them if they're being quiet, and just reach out to friends, especially if somebody is dealing with depression. So that's the good word of today.
And the only thing we
right.
need to work-
We
the
just
only
got
thing we
deep
need
on
to
the
work
Nice
on-
Guy Andy podcast. Let's
What's that?
go.
What'd you say?
I said we just got deep on the Nice Guy Andy podcast.
That's
Well,
right.
I do
Hey,
like to talk
sometimes we do
about.
get deep.
I do like to talk about depression a lot because I've suffered from depression, and Sean Johns has too, and I don't think Johnny's ever been depressed in his
I
life.
have been depressed.
Yeah.
But I've learned how to be positive.
Have you ever dealt with depression yourself?
I still deal with it
Yeah.
a lot.
How do you deal with it? Just doing something creative?
Surround myself with my friends.
Yeah, your friends
That's
and
what it's
doing
all
like
about.
I think, does wrestling help?
Exactly. I was just about to say that in wrestling.
Yeah, Troy Parker came on. He was really depressed right after COVID. He was a football star in his little town. He's from Pleasant Ridge.
Yep.
Pleasant-
Pleasant, West Virginia, the place where Mothman.
Where the Mothman's from. He was a big football star down there, and after football, he just didn't have anything to do, so he got really depressed, gained a bunch of weight, and he's having anxiety a lot. And so he turned to wrestling, and he said wrestling saved his life. So,
Wrestling does.
wrestling
Saved
has
lives.
helped a lot of people get out of their depression problems and stuff, guys. Anything, like if you having depression or anxiety or anything, reach out to a friend, do something creative, keep yourself busy. You are worth it, and if you don't believe that, then ask a friend, and then they're gonna say, hey, yeah, you're worth it, man.
Casey Atwood has a question for Miss.
What is it now? Here, hold on, say it again.
Casey Atwood's got a question for you, Miss Morgan. Said, I have a question for Morgan. What was your inspiration for getting into wrestling, and who is your wrestling idol?
My wrestling idol is AJ Lee.
Yeah,
I watched her growing up. I literally cried for like 2 weeks when she retired.
that's CM Punk's wife, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
My inspiration for wrestling, my dad got me into wrestling.
Your dad did.
Yeah.
Is he still around?
Yes. He's in recovery. He's been in rehab for like almost 8 months.
Okay,
Him
that's
and my
good for
mom are,
him.
like separated, and he's doing that, and she's doing her own thing.
Well,
so.
good for him. I hope
Good
he's
for him.
successful at that. Do you think he's going to be?
Oh yeah, I
Okay,
do.
cool, awesome.
Also, I would like to ask a question.
Okay.
What do you see yourself doing in the future? Who do you want to manage?
Are you going to be a manager or going to be a wrestler, in-ring wrestler? Or both?
Like, probably both.
Yeah.
My main goal though is wrestling.
Yes.
There's so many people I'd like to wrestle.
Yeah.
I can tell.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? As a performer, as an entertainer, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Sorry, I just little kid flipped off.
Where you see yourself in 2 months?
Are you main eventing New South, or are you main eventing the Tokyo Dome?
Or main event.
Or somewhere in the middle. Or
EWA.
somewhere in the middle.
Honestly, I would kind of like to stay on the independent scene for a while.
Yeah. Yeah. How old are you?
22. I'll be
Oh,
23
so
next
you're
month.
young. So
Yeah.
you have plenty of time to figure out what you're going to do. I think if you stick with Adrian down there at the EWA, I think that you're going to go some places. You just got to get in that ring and take it serious. And
Telling you what, I'm going
it's
to
gonna
take
be a
her
ho-
all the way to the Thornhill Event Center in
It's gonna
Frankfort,
be-
Kentucky. All the way to the top.
It's
Oh,
going to
okay.
be.
Big old hill.
Speaking of EWA, DJ Eric wants you to book him because he will not shut up in his comments.
Book DJ Eric.
He said that.
Can we start this like a hashtag? Hashtag book DJ
That's
Eric.
right.
Okay,
I'm gonna
there we
put that
go.
outside here.
I think you can find a match for him, can't you?
And Chris Young,
So DJ Eric.
head of security, sent 99 stars.
Wow,
All right.
awesome. Thanks, Chris. Guys out there, if y'all want to help and send the stars to the Nice Guy Andy podcast, we will put it to work. Johnny needs some new underwear, so please
I
send
thought that's what I
News.
smelled over here.
please send money so we can get Johnny some new underwear.
Why?
Huh?
Why have you got to mention dude's underwear on here? We
'Cause
have-
Johnny needs
I
new
wear
smells
secret.
over here. Do you want
I
to
wear
switch
secret.
seats?
No.
Johnny needs new underwear. What the,
Actually,
Maybe
we
that's Cam.
we got to tell the fans what we need.
Oh,
that's
that was
that's
Cam. That was
why.
Cam. Never mind. I'm sorry, Johnny.
Left the house.
Oh, I have a question.
Okay.
Maybe I've been out of the loop for a little bit. But,
Okay.
where's Fandito at?
bad deal.
Oh,
Did he go back to Mexico? He
Fand-
went back to Mexico,
Yeah.
didn't he?
Fandito's been
He's
been on another podcast.
What?
Yeah.
yeah, he was.
Which podcast?
It's all about wrestling podcast up there in Philadelphia.
Yeah, he's been moonlighting on us. He's been going up there and he's been calling them, and he's pretty much a cast member of that podcast, and he's got his own Fandito shirt. Where can you get that Fandito shirt at, Johnny?
Excited.com.
There you go. And they love Fandito up there.
I don't know why, because he sucks.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, he's definitely no Morgan Jane.
No, not at all. No.
Morgan James
no.
beautiful. He's ugly.
But he
as
does.
fuck.
He would
Reason
look
he wears
terrible.
the mask.
Fandito would
That's
look
right.
terrible in that dress.
I love
Fandito. If
I
he
love
wore dress, I'd be
Fandito.
horrified.
He's the best. He's the wrestling personality ever.
I'd like to see Fandito in that dress, but he'd look awful in it.
That's horrifying, Andy.
Don't.
Now I got
It's
to
his,
know.
it's Fandito's color, by the way.
I mean, that is his favorite color.
Don't give him that idea. Do not put that idea into his head. No. No.
What are you talking about, Sean? Fandito would probably wear that.
No.
Fandito's ugly as fuck
God,
anyway.
God, no. I do not want to see Fandito in a dress.
This is when we
No,
cut
we want to see
commercial
Fandito in that dress.
on the next edition of the Nice Guy Andy podcast.
Oh, man.
Something
Where's that dress?
change- Never mind. I don't want to. No, I'm not.
What? What'd you say?
Nothing. I'm
You
gonna
bring it
stop
up,
talking.
Sean.
Yeah,
You
keep it
bring
to yourself, Sean.
bring
Keep it
up.
in your pants. Keep it to yourself.
I thought that he was getting something over there.
Yeah, no, he's
No,
excited.
no,
I heard a
nothing.
clinking sound.
No,
Oh my
sir.
God, you see that? These guys on AEW are getting just crazy with these tacks and all these.
They need to slow it down.
Yeah. Do you see anything like that ever going on? Y'all did have a big match over there, crazy match with, who was it? Dwayne Davis and
Probably Dwayne
James
Davis and you talking about the last show?
Yeah.
the last
James
show was
Kendrick.
crazy. Yeah.
Dwayne Davis and James Kendrick. That was a hard hitting
Man,
match.
I have that clip
telling
where
you.
he jumped out and he bent the guard post. Like, that is crazy. That dude Wayne Davis.
I mean, that's better than
is
what these
nuts.
guys were doing.
You
These
know,
guys put
we've
fights-
invited him to the
Thank you.
podcast a few times, and he's he's blown us off. But
Yeah,
Dwayne's a
keeps
busy man.
I don't know if I can get him over here because he's just like crazy. He'd probably just tear up my damn
He
podcast
probably- he
studio.
probably
He's a
eat them
You know
nut.
what you should do? You need to get Jacob Radcliffe and Dwayne Davis across from each other in this
Oh, God.
podcast.
Oh
we should.
yeah, that would
That'd
tear up the whole
be
damn
mind
place,
blowing.
wouldn't it?
Tara, make sure the
We'd have to
studio's
take them
insured.
outside, have it be an outside podcast. So they can
Yeah,
destroy
we'd have to
fake
do it
podcast
down there
equipment.
at your place. We need to get it more involved in that your show. We need to like figure out what something because we come down there, we do the live beforehand, but we need to figure out some way to like do some more stuff with you guys because
Absolutely.
we love you guys and EWA
We wanna
is
make sure that-
such an exciting wrestling show, guys. EWA down in Frankfurt, Adrian Alexander does a great job. The set up on the, I love the way that play. I love the Thornhill place. If you can get more people come over there, guys, it's not too hidden. It's not in a bad neighborhood. It's just an older neighborhood. It sits up on a hill. The Thornhill Education Center is a great place to come and watch wrestling. They got these beautiful wooden bleachers there. The ring is set up like great inside that on that floor. There's a stage where the people come, like where the wrestlers come out. You got your announcing guys over there in the corner, like just announcing stuff. And then you have the Nice Guy Indie podcast sitting in the back there commentating. You can come and meet us, and you can come meet all the stars at intermission and beforehand. I think you
Get
open
those early access meet and greet tickets. You get that exclusive meet and greet with the Nice Guy Andy podcast. As long as a lot of the wrestlers that will be there, you get that early time. You don't want to stand in line at intermission. Get those early access tickets, and you'll be right in
the
there.
tickets are how much?
The ticket early access is only $20.
$20.
That gets you in 30 minutes early. That gets you meet and greet with you guys. You guys do that pre-show podcast.
We'll have
right
you
there
on.
In front of it, they'll have you on.
We'll put you on the
get
damn
a
show if you can talk. We'll put you on the damn mic.
Damn straight.
front row seat, all for $20.
Man, like
That's right.
there's there's the 2-3 rows there you have right next to the ring. Oh my God, the action is crazy. It's right there in the palm of your hands. You could be right there. You have that one fan that doesn't miss any of them.
Absolutely, we've
That's
got 2 or
right.
3 that don't miss any shows at all.
Taylor!
I feel like
right.
I feel like
Taylor's awesome.
it's getting bigger. Is the crowd getting bigger?
It is slowly but surely. You know, this is a work in progress. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither was EWA. But I'm telling you, from day one, we've been putting on the best wrestling action, in my personal opinion,
Facts.
the best wrestling action that this state has seen. So,
in the meantime, go over to Elite Wrestling Alliance YouTube channel. Check out some of the matches just to see. He's going to give you a little bit over there. He's not going to give you the whole show because, you know, you got to come to the show to see it. And he's not being stingy with his product, but you coming to the show is where going to any independent wrestling show is where it's at, guys. You got to come and support these wrestlers. And
Especially EWA.
if you come and fill in the seats and pay your $20 access fee, and the regular admission is what, $10?
just $10, $15 for front row, $20 for that early access. I promise
Wow.
you, it's worth it. You get a pre-show match, you get that front row seat, you get that early access meet and greet, you get exclusives with people like Danny Limelight, the UNW champion,
Exactly.
Zodiac, the monster Zodiac.
And the more people we put in these seats, the bigger stars we can get.
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. The
That's
more
right.
people that come to these shows, the more people we can get. You know, you want to see these people. You want to see your local talent. You want to see the people that are gonna be on TV one day. You want to be there and be like, yeah, I was there when so and so, who I'm now seeing on TV, was wrestling down there at the Thornhill
That's
Event
right.
Center.
It's only-
Get your ass down there.
There's only a couple phone calls that Marty Clay's going to be on one of these big shows.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Y'all's champion is going to be on one of these big shows at some point. You got people like Morgan Jane down there that's honing her skills in the ring down there.
Freshly debuted Morgan Jane at EWA.
We had like I said, we had Alexis Littlefoot on early because we seen her as being a star. We see Morgan Jane as being a star. That's why we had you on the podcast. I know you haven't been you was in the business before. You came back. That's why we're having her on the show because she's a star.
That's right.
She's going to be a star. Guys, get down there to see Morgan Jane. You got veterans like Tony Corral down there. You got Tyler Logan down there. You got Zodiac, which is, if you guys only come to watch Zodiac, like Zodiac's a freaking legend in Kentucky wrestling. You've got to get yourself to EWA where Morgan Jane's going to take over, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to take the whole company over.
Exactly.
Wow.
Strong
Right,
words.
that's dad.
Strong words.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Listen,
strong
that
words.
just
That's what we
reminded
hear.
me. That-
We'll talk after. We'll take this whole damn thing over.
That
Me-
reminded me
Me
of
and you and
something.
Superfly is going to take over this fucking world.
That's right.
Morgan, I know the
cannot be
answer to
involved.
this, but I want you to. You have come across an incredible journey to get to even being a wrestler when 2019, 2017, 19, somewhere around there. If you don't care, tell everybody the story of what what you've had to overcome to even be able to get in the ring.
Yes, please tell us your hero's
We want to
journey.
hear.
When I was 13 years old, I was diagnosed with a leg disorder. So it is called
Like hot leg disorder.
No.
No,
Like
Andy.
your legs are really messed up disorder.
Professional Andy
You're
now.
fucked.
I'm good. Yeah. Okay.
It's called femoral introversion, and I think it's called external introversion. So my knees were turned inward and my feet were turned outward,
Okay.
like that.
Yeah.
And they said that the only way to fix them was to break both of my legs, put rods in my thighs, and a plate and 5 screws down at both of my shins.
Wow. And you had that done?
Yes,
Oh, wow.
At first, of course, first question I asked was, well, am I going to be able to wrestle? And they told me no. And I was like, joke's on y'all, because I don't take no for an answer.
Yeah.
So I talked it over with my mom, obviously super upset because I've always wanted to wrestle. And we decided that it'd probably be best if I did the surgeries. So between 13, 14, and 15, I had 2 different surgeries. Both legs have been broken. I've got rods in both of my thighs. And then I had a plate and 5 screws placed down at my shins.
Wow.
But when I was 16, the plates that were in my shin, the screws were like rejecting. So they went ahead and took out all of the screws, but the rods are still there.
Okay.
And my very last doctor's appointment, when I had gone, I was like, well, when I heal, can I wrestle? And my doctor was like, no, like, you're going to be miserable. You're going to be out for like 6 months to a year, like a really long time. And after they had the surgeries where my legs were broken, I healed a lot quicker than they thought I would. And they were like,
wow, maybe you can wrestle.
maybe.
Yeah.
So my very last doctor's appointment, I went up and was like, it was just a simple checkup, and I was like, so can I wrestle? And my doctor had told me, he was like, well, he's like, I'm not gonna tell you no because you've healed perfectly fine, your legs are fine, just
Yeah.
please be careful. And
So you had this surgery in 2019?
No,
No, you had this surgery when you was a kid.
Yeah, when I was a
13,
kid.
14.
13, 14, 15, 16, and then
Yeah.
I had my last surgery at 17.
Okay.
And then I started training.
So
Right after.
you're only 22, so not very long ago, like
Nope.
4 or 5 years ago.
Yep.
Wow. And now you can't tell, you walk perfect.
Nope.
Right?
Yep. Well, yeah. Well, kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I
that's
mean,
amazing.
I
I did not know that. I'm glad you brought that. I'm glad you
I'm
brought
glad
that
that you
up.
did.
That's awesome. Like, so, obviously you stayed in shape when you were doing all that because you're just slim and beautiful. But how did you do that? Like, did you just not get depressed and just, I mean, because you were out, like you were sitting down, like you were probably laying on your back for a while, right? How
Yeah.
long was you on your back?
Honestly, probably like a month or 2. Like,
Oh, really?
they originally told me like 6 months to a year, and you're gonna be miserable, and you're gonna be on crutches, and you're gonna do this, and I did the exact opposite of what they said because like they made it out to be something like the surgeries were huge, but they made it out. I think they were just, I don't want to say they were trying to scare me,
Yeah.
but they were like, you're gonna be miserable, and I had the surgeries. I was like, okay, like.
So it
what?
wasn't as bad as it could have been for some other people, but you're just a tough ass anyway. So yeah, so you just turned it into your favor.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's incredible. So like when they tell you you have this disease and you have to have these surgeries, like how did you feel? Like you didn't get depressed? You just said, hey, let's do this. Let's take care of this. Like, what was your mindset at that point?
I got really so around the time all of this was happening, I was still in high school. I did my first 2 years at a public school, and then I got transferred out. I got bullied really bad, and I went through a lot of depression. I tried to,
Yeah.
and then my cousin Morgan, when I was 12, got diagnosed with brain cancer, and she died when I was 13,
Oh,
or
okay.
right before I turned 13.
Okay.
And so between battling,
Rest in peace, Morgan, for inspiring
rest in
you.
peace.
God bless her
That's
for
also
inspiring you to.
Where her name comes from.
Yeah,
exactly,
exactly.
it's where my name comes from.
Yeah.
And so between dealing with her death and then all these surgeries, I got super depressed.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Extremely depressed. And then I was like, I can't just keep sitting here and doing nothing about it. So
Who did you turn to at that point? Like, did you turn to a friend or just went deep inside for the power to? What did you do?
Honestly, I turned to God for a lot of it, but my
Uh-huh.
dad is literally my best friend.
Oh,
So
wow,
I went
okay.
to him for a lot of it.
Shout out to your dad. What's your dad's
Shout out to
name?
him.
David.
David.
Shout
Shout out to
you,
David. David's he's suffering with his own problems right now. He's in rehab, and we wish you luck, David. Wish you luck in rehab.
We do.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you turned into your dad. Your dad was there to support you, and then you had these surgeries. Oh man, that's incredible. I did not know that. That's a great
I
story.
didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Not
So
till now.
so when you're in the ring now, do you just go 100%, or do you think, hey, I got this, I need to watch myself, or
Most of the time I'll give it complete 100%, but if I'm starting to feel, so I did physical therapy for one leg and not the other, so I have one leg stronger than the other, so sometimes that can kind of like, depending on what I'm doing, it can cause pain, and there was one point where before I started training with EWA, I was doing like a workout and like my legs completely just gave out on me.
yeah.
So sometimes I have to be careful, but almost all the time I'm giving everything that I've got. And even
Wow.
if I'm hurting, I'm not. I usually don't say anything
Wow.
until it's pretty obvious that I'm
well, you're an
hurting.
inspiration. I mean, to have both of your legs broke and put rods in your legs, and then to be back and get in the ring, guys, that goes to show you that there's no reason, if you guys want to be wrestlers, if you guys want to do anything, to not get back in the ring or not to do what you want to do, because this lady right here has had her legs broke and surgery done on them, and now she's back in the ring and she's out there trying to be a wrestler, and she's giving it 100%. Guys, she's overcame those surgeries and depression, and you're an inspiration. You really are.
Well,
That's
thank
right.
you.
Yeah.
Don't give up.
And I see why Adrian is investing a lot of time and effort into you, because I mean, it's somebody that can go through something like that, and I just, what do you think, Adrian? When she told you that story, what did you think?
I think that story that was very on whenever she was coming on with us to start training. She told me that story, and that is when I knew that she had what it took to be a professional wrestler. Professional wrestling is probably it is the hardest thing that I have ever had to do
Yeah.
in my life. It takes 1,000% commitment, dedication. Every single day that you get out of bed, you don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
But it just takes that dedication of staying with it, staying on top of it, because it's something you love. It's something that is ingrained in you. Just like she grew up wanting to be a professional wrestler, and
Yeah.
nothing was going to stop her. And when she told me that story, I knew she was going to make it. Nothing was going to stop her. And it has been incredible being alongside her for this journey that, she has even, today she does not stop.
Yeah.
Her legs may be hurting her. She's bruised from her knees down to her ankles, and she's not stopping. She's driving herself on and on and on to be the best that she can be. And that's what you have to be as a wrestler. You have to have that determination that you will not stop. And especially with somebody that has already had to overcome so much, this is the pinnacle for her. This is what she dreamed of. A lot of these people, and I mean no disrespect to anybody, but a lot of people don't have to go through that. So they take wrestling for granted. They take it as, okay, this is what I have to overcome. She's already overcame it. This is just her working for her dream now. And it's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
It really is. Bobby Blade agrees. He said very inspirational. Everyone inside the chat, including Taylor, Bobby Blade, Andrew Browning, they all said it's very inspirational. It really is.
I appreciate that.
I mean, that actually makes me look at you in a whole different way now, because I didn't know your story, and now I do, and it's like wow. It's like,
but that's,
wow.
That's
it's
the
like,
point of this
wow,
podcast right here. That's the point. That's the point of any of us being out here. This gives the wrestler a platform to tell their story. If somebody else, just like you were talking about Troy Parker being in here, telling his story, talking about his battle with depression, that can reach so many people on this platform that we don't get to reach in the ring.
That's right.
We don't a lot of times get to tell our story. All we're telling is the entertainment of wrestling.
Yeah.
So the ability to get here on the Nice Guy Andy podcast, having the ability to, we have this free form where we can just get on here and talk.
Yeah.
This
And-
is incredible right here.
And if I had, a list of questions to ask you, then and us not have a conversation, then it may have not even came up. But like that's such an inspirational story that that now everybody knows, and everybody will know. And I just think it's awesome that you battled yourself through that, and now you want to become a wrestler, and you're getting in that ring to do what you want to do. That's awesome. We applaud you.
Thank you.
So now after that story, if you don't get your butts in a seat to the next show that
I
Morgan
know,
Jane
right?
is going to be at, you are missing out.
Damn
She's going to
straight.
be a star down there at EWA, and the Nice Guy Indie podcast is going to help, and the EWA is going to help her become a star. Like, yeah, hopefully
That's
you can
right.
become a star down there.
I'm
You
telling
gotta-
you, she already has star potential.
Oh yeah, already.
Because the battles do something like that, you have to have the fortitude for it.
So I'm about to say I'm about to get out of here because my pants are starting to irritate me.
Well, maybe you should have wore better pants then.
Should have worn better
but-
pants,
but
Cam.
I do
Cam's
say-
told me that he has to go because his pants are irritating him.
And he wanted to
They
jump
are.
into Andy's arms.
Yeah, yeah.
And plus, I didn't take a shower this morning.
He didn't take a shower this
Oh,
morning.
God. No wonder
He
it's
didn't
trouble
wash
on
his
your
dirty
feet.
ass this morning.
Anyways, I thank you guys, and Morgan, that is a very wonderful story.
Thank you.
And-
Johnny, I think he's
and
trying to kiss you.
I enjoy always training with you
I
at
don't
EWA.
float that way,
You keep
homie.
it up. But Adrian,
a
I
pleasure.
thank for seeing you guys, and you guys have
Ooh,
a
you
great
stink.
night.
Jordan, nice to meet you,
It'd
buddy.
be so great.
Hey, take care of Cam. Cam,
Take
What?
care of my light work for me.
go wash your ass.
That's right. Go wash your ass. You get that little bar soap and you wipe the
Whoa,
ass.
sir.
All up in the crack.
Johnny, I don't drop it like you do.
Drop it like
I
it's
mean,
soap.
from what you dress
All
like,
right.
I can wholeheartedly say that you do drop the soap.
Question: If he drops the soap, right? That's supposed to be a prison joke, right? But he's obviously not in prison. So if he
Obviously
drops the
not.
soap, who else is in the shower with him?
Right?
Jordan, apparently.
Yeah, he does have Jordan with him.
They're saving water, man. It's
conserving.
recycling. It's conserving water. Yeah.
They're protecting
Somebody's
the
got to
water.
wash that hair of Jordan's.
Man, you know something, Adrian? The sink left the room as soon as he left.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
Promise I took a shower right before I left the house.
We appreciate that, Sean, because when you're in the presence of a beautiful lady, you take a
I
shower.
always take a shower before I leave the house.
Exactly.
Not just to be around the presence of a beautiful lady.
Showers are fun. So.
My cheeks shining over here. Did y'all not touch up my makeup before we got on?
Well,
We
yeah.
should touch up the makeup. Man,
Well,
we
see,
told Sean to
I
bring
don't
the makeup
touch- I don't
kit.
touch.
Look at MJF's shoes, man. His shoes are freaking
Let's look at the
awesome.
Shoes. What kind of shoes we got?
Look
going
at
on?
'em.
Those, yes.
Oh
I
my
need a pair of
God,
those
yes,
shoes.
sir.
I need a pair
I
too.
mean,
Adrian's
these are
always.
alright, but
Yeah,
I
Adrian's
mean,
always.
Those are some loafers.
You're always
some good loafers.
dressed to impress, Adrian.
Listen, I was always taught that you don't dress for the job you have, you dress for the job you want. Well, unfortunately, I've already passed up whatever job I was wanting, so you know
Yeah.
what? I just dress however the hell I please.
Well, I mean, you have a pretty
job,
good.
though, brother. You make it work.
You have a pretty good job being the president of EWA.
And I'm really thankful I dressed nice today because I almost wore a t-shirt and a pair of sweatpants, and then she shows up like that, so...
You actually, we actually got the privilege of seeing Adrian Alexander come out during the EWA
Oh, I thought you were gonna say
show.
you got the privilege of seeing me in sweatpants.
Oh,
No, we got the. No, you was always you came out in the middle of the EWA show. I know you was busy in the back, and you addressed somebody out there. Who was you talking to out there?
That just so happened to be the aforementioned Alexis Littlefoot.
Yes.
Unfortunately, Commissioner Ben Sheeran was unable to attend this last show, and in which case, unfortunately, his duties fall to me.
Yeah.
So one of the things that had to be addressed was Alexis, after the match, decided to attack Bashley Bones,
Yep.
who had just defeated her in a good match, and she got bested.
She was pissed.
But we had to, as much as the wrestler Adrian Alexander understands the frustration, understands the fact that Alexis Littlefoot is one of the fastest, if not the fastest, rising star in independent wrestling today. you know, I can't, you know, the owner of EWA cannot condone those types of actions. So, you know, currently we are reviewing everything. I'm talking to management. We're having, I don't want this to be a decision that comes too lightly. We are reviewing what went on. We're deciding what exactly to do about it, whether we suspend her. You know, what goes on, you know, that's not going to be taken lightly. We're going to sit on it this week and come to a decision, hopefully by the end of the week, on what comes of that. Currently, Alexis Littlefoot is slated to be on September's show.
Okay.
So we will. I'm very interested to see exactly what comes out of it. The deliberation will happen at the end of this week. So we'll see what goes on. But you know, it was. Again, the wrestler Adrian Alexander understands that frustration. But you have to be professional. At the end of the day, you have got to be professional.
Yeah.
What about that W? It kept on
W.
being attacked.
Oh, yeah, the W on stage. That W, I think, is cursed.
It keeps falling
It
over.
fell 3 times.
Yes, it was trying to fight all the wrestlers that came out.
You don't get that W in a match with the E.
Yeah, the E's got to fight that wrestler.
Listen, guys, if you have not seen the 7-foot stage letters that are on the stage at Elite Wrestling Alliance, you need to come check it out. They are incredible. Unfortunately, they have a little stability issue when people knock into them, but it's awesome.
Your stage set is incredible.
I am so biased to my stage setup. I absolutely love it. It is something you are not going to see anywhere else in the indie scene.
That's why I want Thornhill Education Center to go over so bad, because it looks so good there.
It is an awesome venue. Hey, I tell you what, too, we got an opportunity to black out the windows at that last show. I think that really did an incredible job of the whole feel of the building, being able to control that lighting. I think it made it feel awesome.
Yeah.
I loved it. I mean, there's nothing like the stage up there.
It's a beautiful building. It really
Absolutely.
is.
There's
It's
a lot
so
of history.
comfortable.
There's
So
a lot of
comfortable
history.
there. I feel so comfortable there. I just feel this great vibe there, guys. And I'm sure the Thornhill Education Center appreciates you renting the place.
Absolutely, and they do an awesome job, too, in the community. They are a community center.
Yeah.
They do GED testing and classes there. They do some kind of drug recovery. They do classes for people that have recently gotten out of prison, things like that. They do parenting classes. They do all kinds of awesome stuff for the community. There's a community garden around behind.
I appreciate that.
Thornhill Education Center is so set on helping the community, and that's one of the things I love about that building.
I do too. I love that about
that
it.
and the history of wrestling. Bobby Blade wrestled in that building like 20 years ago.
Exactly.
And
And you're not just helping.
Yeah, Bobby Blade. I love Thornhill. I'm telling you, there is so much potential opportunity, everything inside Thornhill. I want so badly for just pack that place out.
I do too. I want to
Pack
see
that
it
place
packed.
out.
I want to see that place packed, because I just feel the good vibe, energy there. Those people at the Thornhill Education Center have put such a good vibe in that building by helping these people in the neighborhood. Guys, if y'all not just helping EWA become something and the wrestlers become something, you're helping the Thornhill Education Center by coming there and checking it out and helping, because Adrian's paying them rent to rent the place.
Right.
So that helps the Thornhill Education Center, and we're all helping each other around here, guys. We all need to support each other. We all need to support local. And when I say local, I don't mean just Lexington or I mean Frankfort. I mean the whole of Kentucky. We all are in this together, and we all need to be friends with each other and help each other around here. Like I said, anything that's independent, guys, independent wrestling, independent music, independent food vendors, independent plays and shows, and just music in general. We all need to work with each other. That's why I would love for some of the independent music, for the local wrestling scene and the independent music scene to get together and use the independent music scene when you guys come out.
Absolutely. Hey, we are working on that. Our ring announcer, Nick Himes, is big in the music industry in this area, the local music industry. We've been talking to him.
Skullfest 4 is coming up.
Skullfest,
Right,
absolutely.
Skullfest 4.
We're working on figuring out a way to incorporate both music and wrestling in one big show. So that's a little pulling the curtain back
But
there.
guys,
You guys
just
are getting
think
an
about
exclusive.
it. Think about it, you guys that are promoting these wrestlers that are your wrestlers, independent wrestlers, and the promoters of these shows. You guys are putting y'all's product on YouTube, okay? So you got to have independent. You don't have the license to these big songs. So you can't put those songs. You can't put the interest in their songs on there. So, but you can use an independent musician's song, and that way you can show the entrance and the song, and you don't get
Whoa.
copyright hit.
You might be right,
Speaking-
Adrian. We were just talking about this.
I hate to take away from this, but if I don't say it now, I'll forget it. Speaking of entrance themes, if you want and this is not taking away from any local bands, but if you are a wrestler wanting a theme, Ben William Stratford.
He's local, right? He's
No, he
close?
is England.
Oh, he's
I
in
love
England.
He is
That's the one-
England.
that's-
I got in contact with him.
He's independent though.
He's independent. That
Yeah.
works. And he, let's wait for this. Wait for this. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Guys, we're watching AEW as we're having the-
And
I don't think it's gonna happen just yet.
not yet. Not yet.
But-
It's going to happen
Wow.
at all
But the
in.
Caesar played-
Anyways, Ben William Stratford, Oliver Gunner. He created Oliver Gunner's theme song.
love
The
that
new
theme.
era theme song. He created the Adrian Alexander theme song.
Wow.
He's
I love
actually...
your theme.
Is that like
He's
is that
working on another
is that a
project
big
for me
price?
right now?
Oh,
Is
I like
it?
No, it is not. It is. I have gotten 4 custom themes in the time of me being a professional wrestler,
Uh-huh.
and by far, for what he does, it's well worth the money.
And
well worth the money.
Everybody give it to Adrian Alexander for using independent music when he's coming out, because like you get it. You get
Absolutely.
it. Like,
Absolutely.
That's
It's
right.
all about, 1, it's all about supporting independent music. 2, it gives you the exclusivity. I can't.
Exclusively.
uh-huh.
Exclusive. You know what word I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Johnny, say it for him.
Exclusivity.
Hey,
There we go.
It's hard to see you ever get a tongue twist because you're so good on the
Yeah,
mic.
you're so good on the mic, brother.
Listen, today has been a day of tongue twisters.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to get anything out of my mouth,
Hey.
but it gives you, the wrestler, an ability that is now you know? That is
Yeah.
your song.
Yeah.
You are now using that artist's music to promote them and promote yourself. You're not just using generic song number 4 that you pull off of, YouTube or
Yeah.
off of Apple Music. This is an opportunity for you to be uniquely you, and in the
Exactly.
process of that, you're helping out that local artist.
Awesome.
Oh, we got Scott Diamond on the
Scott Diamond.
What's up, fella?
Mr. Diamond. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I was just sitting here watching the Nice Guy Andy podcast, as I always do. That's right, Johnny.
Hell yeah.
And I throw it up here on the idiot box, and I see one Adrian Alexander, all tongue twisted and tied and can't speak. I can exactly tell you the reason why. He knows. Come Friday afternoon, Scott Diamond's going to drive over to the Louisville airport. That big plane's going to come in from Las Vegas. There's going to be a man getting off that airplane so big that it's going to have to open up both doors on the airplane. And when he steps out and comes down that runway, he's getting in the car with Scott Diamond. He's coming to the Diamond Exchange on Saturday night. And then Sunday, he's got a special treat from Mr. Adrian Alexander, of which I ain't taking anything away from Adrian Alexander, one of the greatest people in the sport today. But he's not as good as I am, and he's not as smart as I am. And come Sunday, when that diamond excavator digs that hole and buries him in it, he's going to understand, and everybody else is going to understand why he's tongue-tied right now. He's afraid. He's not a dummy. He's done his homework. He's looked back, and he has seen what Scott Diamond and Frank the Tank has done over the years. When somebody was having a bully beat down at their school, we were the bullies. We never got beat down. And come this Sunday, we're not going to get beat down either. And you can go ahead and keep stuttering. You can keep not being able to talk, get tongue-tied, because you're going to be body-tied on Sunday. You can believe that, young man. Andy,
Yes, sir.
You're always doing a nice job. When I see you this Sunday, have me some scotch. Johnny,
I'm seeing
look,
you
brother,
before Sunday. We're seeing you Saturday in the studio.
if Johnny allows you to be in the studio this Saturday. And I welcome anybody and everybody that's ever come down the pike in the last 15, 20 years that knows Scott Diamond, that knows Frank the Tank, and they know the devastation that we have created in the past. Hell, we beat up Zach Gallen one time in Virginia with his own leg.
Wow.
This Sunday is not going to be any different.
Well, I'm gonna try
Adrian Alexander knows that.
I'm gonna try to figure it out, and I'm gonna beg Johnny to let me come in to meet Scott, to meet Frank the Tank.
As long as you bring 2 bottles of Scott.
See, look there, Andy. You yourself are tongue-tied, twisted,
I know.
and bent into a knot.
Man,
This is the biggest thing that the Nice Guy Andy podcast has ever seen. This is going to be a once. If you interrupt me again, I'll come through there right now to this phone line. I'll take your glasses off and shove them where the sun don't shine.
Oh wow!
This Sunday night, that's how much emphasis is on this match, Andy. It's got me fired up. I'm sitting in the office here 12 hours a day. I'm studying Adrian Alexander. I'm looking at all the Andy podcast things that talked about Frank the Tank and Scott Diamond. I'm doing my homework, and you better do the same thing, Adrian Alexander, because this is going to be the biggest match of your life. You hear me? Of your life. I don't care if you can remember back you was in a schoolyard knockdown, drag out. It's not going to compare to this. I don't care if you've been in the cell with myself, Bobby Doss, and Tony Corral. You know that blood can fly. This is going to be something that you're going to look back and tell your grandchildren about. Andy, Adrian, and Miss Jane, I see you there, young lady. And let me tell you, I've known some ladies in my time, and you're no ladies. Go get them, kid. But get you somebody besides this Adrian Alexander, because as good as he is, he can only take you so far. Jump on the rail, honey, because you want a real man. And let me tell you, diamonds are a woman's best friend and the hardest element known to man. Now, you just sit over there while me and the men take care of business. I'm going to get over here. But before I do, I want you to say your prayers, Adrian Alexander, because as good as you are, and I give it to you, you are one of the best that the sport is putting out today. But my friend, you are way, way out of bounds on this one. Johnny, keep doing what you're doing, brother. Sean, you're doing the right thing. Sit back there and keep your mouth shut. I will see you, Johnny, on Saturday.
That's right.
All right. Cartel for life.
That's right, baby.
Tell them about it.
The Dime Cartel is for life, baby.
Well, that was Scott Diamond there sending Adrian Alexander a message. You have a big match this Sunday, Frank the Tank.
Do you think that man ever shuts up? Listen, Andy, I'm not going to lie to you, right?
Yeah.
This match right here, Frank the Tank, a Kentucky legend, a future Hall of Famer everywhere he's been. This man is something like I have never met before. I know how the Diamond Cartel operates. I know how Scott Diamond operates. Scott Diamond is the man that trained Adrian Alexander. I know how this story plays out. So if you want to hear exactly what I have to say about that, if you want to see exactly what I have up my sleeve, if you want to see exactly why I'm not scared of Frank the Tank, I'm not scared of Scott Diamond, and I'm not scared of the Diamond Cartel, you want to know why? You want to know why? We'll show up at the New South Wrestling Event Center. Show up in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Show up on Sunday and see exactly why I am Adrian Alexander, why I am not scared of Frank the Tank, why I am not scared of Scott Diamond or anybody else. Because this is going to be the fight of my life.
Wow.
Pardon me, Cam says the cartel ain't gonna do shit.
Well,
Wow, this is going to be a heated
Yeah,
match down at New South Wrestling this weekend, this Sunday night. Frank the Tank takes on our good friend Adrian Alexander.
It's gonna be a hard hitting match. I can already tell.
Wow,
Yes,
he's got
thank-
Adrian fired up.
Yes, thank.
Gotta be sweating over here.
Yeah, I
Yes,
know,
thank.
right?
This is Frank the Tank's return match too to
This
Kentucky.
is absolutely. This is the first time Frank has been in Kentucky in years.
Wow, was he out in Vegas?
Yeah, absolutely. He's in Vegas.
Wow, okay.
And now he's gonna be here in Kentucky versus AJ.
Well, I'm looking forward to meeting Frank if Johnny lets me.
Hey, you bring 2 bottles of scotch, and you're in.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Just don't touch the stash. That Coke is mine.
What the hell?
Wow, well.
But yeah,
I may have.
I'm telling you, Morgan James a star. I can already
Absolutely.
see.
We got back off topic. Let's get back on. This is
That's
Morgan
right.
James' show. Oh, we have another
What
caller.
is this? Oh, this is from
Probably
Bowling
Taylor.
Green. This is from Bowling Green. Hello, you're on the Nice Guy Indie podcast. Who are we speaking with?
It's Taylor.
Hey,
What's up,
Taylor, how are you doing?
Taylor?
Good. How are y'all?
Taylor is a super fan of wrestling. She's at all the wrestling shows. Tell the fans who you are, Taylor.
Well, I'm Taylor. You just said it. I'm usually at a lot of the shows. Usually, though, New South and EWA are the you can usually find me at.
You go to a lot of the shows too. You've been to some of the UCW shows. Some of the you've been to the EWA. You've been to New South. Where else have you been?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about the fair shows. Yeah, I did go to that this
You
year.
went to a lot of the fair shows, right?
Like 3 or 4 of them. Not too many of them.
Something's telling me that you and Morgan Jane are acquainted with somehow.
Oh, yeah.
Don't lie.
We-
Tell them who your best friend is.
Okay, yeah, that's my best friend. I love her to death.
Her. Hold on.
Oh.
Her. Tell them who your best friend is.
Yeah, me.
Not you. Obviously.
Not
Not
you,
you.
not
Adrian,
you.
come on now.
What?
Adrian, come on.
Hey,
Listen.
when Morgan's not in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's. I see how it is. That's
Morgan's best friend is Carson Drake.
That's Taylor's best
That's
friend.
Taylor's
That's
best
it.
friend.
No.
That's Taylor's best
Carson
friend.
Drake is definitely
Yeah, you got
not my
tongue-tied.
best friend. I
Yes,
cannot
he loves you,
hear
Taylor.
that.
I'm telling you, Taylor, I really always enjoy running into you at the shows. You're always with a great smile. You're always sitting there in the front row looking at the wrestling. You're always taking some pictures and stuff with everybody. We appreciate you being the super fan that you are, and you can call into the show anytime. But do you have
That
anything to
is-
say to Morgan?
I'm proud of you for stepping outside of something that you're actually on this and you didn't chicken out.
Thank you.
Was you going to chicken out on this?
She
What?
wasn't. She
No.
wasn't gonna chicken out.
No, I was
gonna
not.
drag her to
You
it.
just
No.
think about like I
Nobody
don't know if
asked
I can
you.
go on there.
Oh, we have
Somebody
more
else is
callers.
calling.
We've got callers going
Let's see
crazy.
who else. Murray, Kentucky.
I have no idea.
Hey, Taylor, hang on for a second.
Oh, dude.
Hello, you're on the Nice Guy Indie podcast.
Hey, you've got a caller from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Oh my God, is this Frank the Tank?
This is Frank the Tank.
Oh, wow.
Oh boy.
Frank the Tank is on the line, guys. Frank, I am Nice Guy Andy, and this is Superfly Johnny Lee next to me. So nice to meet you, and we look forward to seeing you in the studio pretty soon.
Nice to meet you, Frank the Tank.
I will be there Saturday,
That's right.
ready to talk about everything.
So, have you been? Do you know? I guess you know who your match is against on Sunday. We have Adrian Alexander here. Would you like to say anything to him, Adrian?
Yes, I would like to say something to Adrian, and that is, I'm sorry. Because the whooping that is about to come your way this Sunday at the hands of the true Diamond Cartel is something that you will never forget. So I am apologizing in advance because someone's going to have to scrape you up off that ring and probably even drive you home. Because by the time I get done with you, by the time Scott Diamond gets done with you, by the time the Diamond Cartel gets done with you, and from my understanding, you used to be a part of it. So you understand the viciousness. You understand how completely committed we are to wreaking havoc. And the one thing that Frank the Tank did for the Diamond Cartel was elicit the pain. And that's all I'm there to do. I'm not there to win. I'm not there to lose. I am there to bring pain.
Wow.
How you
He's
feel
going to
about
bring
that?
pain. Good Lord. How big are you, Frank? Like, let everybody know how big you are.
I weigh 470 pounds, 6'2". Just like Scott says, evil, mean, and nasty. I'm not there to high-five anybody. I'm not there to kiss any babies. I'm not there to sign any autographs. I'm not there to give any hugs. I am there for one reason, and that is because Frank the Tank is the man Scott Diamond calls when he has a problem. I am the problem solver. I am the enforcer of the Diamond Cartel.
Wow.
And when I get done, the problem is solved.
Adrian, do you have anything to say to Frank?
See, the story's always the same. I've actually been through 2 iterations of the Diamond Cartel. I've sat under Scott Diamond's learning tree. I've heard the stories. I've heard the nightmares that are Frank the Tank. And I'm not going to lie, when Scott Diamond got on the microphone at the last New South show and he said that I would be taking on Frank the Tank, my heart sunk. And that's not because I don't think that I am the wrestling god. I am the greatest independent wrestler, the fastest rising star in Kentucky independent wrestling. No, that's no knock at that. That is because I know the stories. I know what Frank the Tank can do. But here's the problem. Here's something that Scott, I don't know if it's old age or he's just losing sight. He knows that Adrian Alexander is going to have a plan up his sleeve because he taught me everything that I know. So you know what? Sure. Bring Frank the Tank. Bring the mountain of a man that is Frank the Tank. And you know what? You're right. You are absolutely right. You're here to bring the pain. You're here to make sure that I don't get up, that they scrape me off the floor. I've been proving people wrong my entire wrestling career. When people said I was too small, that I couldn't make it, that I didn't have the charisma, that I didn't have the energy, that I didn't have what it takes, I proved them wrong. And time again, I'm going to continue to prove them wrong. So, you know what? Scott Diamond, bring everything you've got. Frank the Tank, bring everything that you've got. It is an honor to share the ring with you, but I guarantee you nobody will be scraping me off that ring because I will have my hand raised high. Scott Storm will be in my corner making sure that everything goes right down the middle. That feels really weird to say. Right down the middle.
It does.
Right down the middle, because I will prove that diamonds are not forever and that Adrian Alexander and what is right by New South Professional Wrestling will always overcome.
Well, you see, Adrian, you talk about having to prove everyone wrong. Frank the Tank ain't there to prove nothing. I have nothing to prove. I don't have to be the hero. I don't have to be the guy everybody looks up to. My job, plain and simple, is to make sure the problem is taken care of. And right now, that problem happens to be you. So, once again, I just want to apologize to you. Because what is about to happen this Sunday at 101 Hilltop Drive will go down in history as the moment you no longer wrestle.
Wow, he's going to end your career. So you're saying you're going to end Adrian's career Sunday?
I'm saying that by the time I'm done with Adrian, Kentucky may not ever let me back in the state to wrestle again.
Wow. Wow.
I left 6 years ago, and I made Scott Diamond a promise that if he ever needed me, no matter where I was coming. And unfortunately, the guy that's in your corner got too big for his britches and spilled the tea. But now that the cat's out of the bag, just know this. When you look across that ring at me, you will not be looking at Frank the Tank. You will be looking at your judge. You will be looking at your jury. And you will definitely be looking at your executioner. Period. So, in case the people out there in the podcast land have missed everything I've just said, the one thing I do is make predictions. And my prediction for this match, pain.
Wow.
Pain for A.J. Alexander.
Well, thank you for calling in, Frank. We appreciate you. We look forward to meeting you on Saturday in the podcast studio. And we look forward to your match against Adrian Alexander on Sunday night.
No problem.
Wow. Thank you.
We got
Later.
a comment here, too. Eric Montgomery said, Morgan will make a great addition to the Diamond Cartel after Frank the Tank flattens A.J. Alexander.
Guys, that was Frank the Tank on the line from Las Vegas. He's going to be in studio on Saturday. Maybe Adrian can call on Saturday and
Diamond Exchange, baby.
We're having a special Diamond Exchange show on Saturday night here at the Nice County Podcast. Like Scott Diamond does, he gave me one of those really fancy envelopes with a big bunch of money in it, and I'm going to step aside and give the podcast studio to Superfly Johnny Lee, one of the members of the Diamond Cartel, and that was Andrew DuBrown calling.
He was calling.
We still have Taylor on, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
We're going to get back to Taylor here in a second, but yeah, guys, tune in Saturday night, 8 o'clock Saturday night, Johnny?
Yep, 8 o'clock Saturday night.
Taylor, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, what's up, Andrew? How you doing?
Pretty good, but I don't know how Adrian Alexander's feeling right now.
He's pretty confident. I don't think he looks worried but not scared. I don't think he's scared. I don't think anything scares Adrian very much, but he does kind of have a little worried look on his face. But I think having Scott Storm in his corner, I think that he's going to be okay. I think maybe. I don't know. Frank the Tank seems very, very scary. And then you have another scary guy in his corner, Scott Diamond. And, he has Troy Parker on his side and Matt Atreya, too. And Nurse Micah, that is a crazy, crazy, crazy club they got there.
I'll have a few words for Adrian if that's okay with him.
Go ahead.
I hate to say, Adrian, but Frank the Tank's going to kill you. Diamonds are forever.
Wow. That's Andrew Doo-Doo Brown right there. Doo-Doo Browning.
Andrew, you got anything while you're on the podcast? You got anything for Morgan Jane?
You want to say hi to Morgan Jane?
What's up, Morgan?
What's up?
That was a touching story earlier, what you said.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was inspirational, wasn't it?
It really was.
Andrew,
And one more thing, Adrian. 30 times to the sky and you feel the vibe.
Nice.
Thanks.
He remembered that line.
Thank you, Adrian. Thank you, Andrew.
You had to call back. Taylor Key hung up on him.
Oh, tell her to call us back. She didn't get to talk to Morgan yet. Guys, we've talked a lot about Frank the Tank, and that's what we do here. We have conversations. We talk about Frank the Tank, Adrian Alexander, New South Wrestling, Scott Storm. Morgan Jane is our star of the show tonight. And if you guys got any questions, send them through the messenger. We'll ask Morgan Jane. And Taylor's calling back. Taylor.
Hi.
Sorry, we had to we lost you there, but we had Frank the Tank call in, and we had to take that. But would you like to say anything to Morgan?
No, I think I'm good.
You good?
You know what?
That's because
I
I'm
know-
her best friend. It's fine.
No, you're not.
Adrian, listen. Listen to me very carefully. You are definitely
We all
not my
know
best
I'm
friend.
the best
My
friend of
best
Taylor.
is the other one sitting over there in the amazing blue dress. Blue.
Good
Oh,
lord.
and we lost
Ah,
her.
we lost her. Shit.
Did you really hang up on her?
I did hang up on her, but
That's what happens when you disrespect the former Nice Guy Indie Podcast champion.
Jesus.
I'm sorry again. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Tell Adrian how.
Oh no, it's okay.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, I was telling Adrian that we've had this conversation plenty of times before, and it's the same answer every time. You are not my best friend.
Last time I get you Jonas Brothers tickets.
Why would you admit that?
No comment.
No comments.
That's right. That's right. That's what I thought.
I'm getting her Jonas Brothers tickets.
Exactly, and this is why she's my best friend.
Hey, I want to go see Jonas Brothers. Can I come?
Yeah.
That's fine. I'll give you my ticket since Taylor
Yeah.
doesn't want to go with me anymore.
Okay.
It's fine.
Me and Adrian, Adrian Alexander at Jonas Brothers. I think that sounds like a great freaking time
That's
right
fine.
there.
Me and Taylor will just see y'all there.
We're gonna do
Exactly.
we're gonna do lots of acid.
What the fuck? Don't say that out loud, man.
Nothing wrong with Jonas
We're gonna be tripping balls at the Jonas Brothers.
Hey, speaking of trip balls. Oh.
Oh God. Okay. So you and Morgan are going to see the Jonas Brothers?
Most likely. I'm working on it.
Oh heck yeah.
It's a couple days before my birthday.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So how do you guys know each other? What's the story here?
What's the story here, Morgan?
Uh-oh. They've done
Story
they've done some cricket shit together, I can tell.
We grew up together. We met when we were 9.
Oh, this
Yeah.
goes way
Yeah,
back.
9, yeah. She was friends with one of my childhood bullies, and she used to have like these really big birthday parties. Well, Taylor was friends with her, so Taylor would go to these birthday parties, and then her and I connected and became besties.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That's awesome.
Did this bully ever get beat up, or this bully's gonna get beat up at some point?
No, but
You're a star.
life
You should
hasn't
be
been
there.
too kind to them.
Give us the name because we can send.
I'm not naming
Johnny
it.
knows, not right now, but give us after the show. Johnny knows some guys that are in a diamond cartel, and there's a guy named Frank the Tank that likes to take care of bullies. So if you are a fucker that bullied Morgan Jane back in the day, Frank the Tank will be coming to see
Frank
you
will be bringing the pain to you, too.
because Johnny's got some strings he can pull.
That's right.
You freaking asshole. Anybody that would bully a beautiful woman like this is an asshole. And I'm telling you right now, if you're watching, you're an asshole.
Which they are.
And
Any bullies. Any bullies out there.
Taylor, I just want you to know that MJ got her hug tonight before you did
Haha.
from me.
Oh, well, dang.
You oughta
Maybe
sell-
if you would actually start. I don't see you at the shows anymore ever since you started working. So,
Ooh.
Well, fair enough, but I'm trying to get my schedule. I had to get in there and get my feet planted before I can actually get situated.
So Sean
I
works
pull
at the
up to-
Cracker Barrel, guys, on what is it?
Winchester Road
Oh.
off Elkhorn.
Off Elkhorn, guys. So Sean puts the cracker back in Cracker Barrel.
Yes, he does. He crack it, yeah.
It's like the cracker was not there, and now it's back. So the cracker is in Cracker
Look,
Barrel now,
I
guys. If
explained it
y'all,
last week what the term Cracker Barrel came from, I'll do it
yeah,
again.
and that was a terrible story
It
because
was
I don't
a-
think that was the
We
truth.
prefer
He
our
said
burger.
That's
he
what
said
I
there's
was-
crackers in barrels. What the heck?
I don't like Cracker Barrel.
You don't like Cracker Barrel?
They made me sit
No.
in a booth for 45 minutes,
Oh, yeah, I forgot
proceeded
about
to
that.
interview me, then tell me that they didn't have any positions open.
Oh,
so
wow.
I don't like Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
Well,
Sean can pull some strings. He's what do you
no,
like?
I'm not a boss in training. Stop that.
You know, you ever seen
It
that?
feels like it, Sean.
You ever seen Boss Undercover? What is it? Undercover
Undercover
Boss?
Boss.
Yeah.
Is that
No,
Sean?
I'm not.
Sean was in there under.
Yeah,
he was behind
Sean
the.
secretly.
He was behind. He was undercover boss.
He was behind the counter, and I was telling everybody that he owned the place and he was undercover boss.
Trying to get me in trouble.
And then I said,
Thanks, boss. Good
before
job
I-
running this place.
before I left, I said, I'm going to send those thugs over there to Bob Evans and take care of them for you.
That Bob Evans needs
Shout
to
out,
be.
shout out to Maddie Fields. Every
Slacker.
podcast I'm on, she's always,
Dang it.
or every one of your
Pardon
podcasts
me.
I'm on, she's always on there commenting. Shout out to Maddie Fields.
That's right.
Oh, we got-
Matty Fields.
Omega-
Shout out to you.
Omega D just said
it's
something.
one of the
Yeah, he
best.
wants
That's
to-
because she said one of the best because Adrian Alexander is the best. But you know,
He is.
I don't know if
Omega
Adrian's
D
the
and
best.
Adrian's the
Frank
best.
Taker right now.
Listen,
Have
listen.
a friendship.
Choose those words wisely. I know a man by the name of Carson Drake. Choose those words wisely.
Okay, and good what you do. I'm sure I'll see him someday, and he'll have some words to say to me, and I'll say them right back to him. Like he do
So
every
Adrian
time
Alexander's
he
the
does.
best, right?
Yes, you are.
No,
No.
I'm the best.
Listen, you're fired. You're fired.
You fire me
Morgan
every
Jane is
other week.
fired.
Yeah,
She's fired.
He's fired.
Oh, it's okay. I'll get hired next week.
Yeah. You can come work for the
Listen,
podcast.
Adrian,
No, see, I got a new job lined up.
She's
I
coming to work
quit.
for the podcast. She's got the
She's already a star.
she's already got the outfit on. I just get her a little name tag to put up
Listen,
there.
Adrian, you may fire her,
Yeah.
but she's already got star power.
Listen.
She's already covered up. man.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Most people will change socks.
We just need to get you a name tag.
Matty Fields said, "Thank you, Adrian."
Omega said, I love Adrian like a brother. Frank was the first person to ever put me in a ring and teach me, though. That man is a different breed. Adrian might be in trouble.
Dun dun dun.
I mean,
Dun dun dun.
That is from a monster itself. Omega D, guys, if y'all haven't seen Omega D, the Pitbull, he's a
beast.
He's a beast. And check out Pitbull Fitness up in Louisville, guys. If you're up in Louisville, check out Pitbull Fitness. Omega D will get you in training. Him and his wife run that little business together. They will get you in shape.
Oh, Matty Fields said, "Morgan, I could give you some content creator wrestling website tips. No need for Cracker Barrel."
Winky face.
Now, we're not going to put down Cracker Barrel because Sean, that's the way Sean makes his money.
He's an undercover Bob.
He is. He's coming out next week. He's going to be the logo, the new logo of
Cracker Barrel?
Cracker Barrel. He's
He's
going to
gonna be
his
the guy
little.
sitting in the rocking chair.
Yep, that's
Yep.
gonna be him.
He's going to be his face. Is going to be on the Cracker Barrel sign, and he is going to put. He has already put the cracker back in Cracker Barrel.
He put some crackers inside barrel too, and he sell them, so that's gonna be part of the logo with him. He'll be right inside
With
his
his
lab.
cracker ass cracker self. Sean Johns is the cracker.
True story. Well, thanks for tuning in.
Hey,
brother.
hey Taylor, you got any crazy stories that you want to tell us about Morgan?
Please
Oh, Lord.
choose your stories wisely.
please
I know
tell
where
us-
you live.
You're trying to
I know where you
embarrass
live.
I'm about to turn her mic off. Please tell us a really good story.
No, not willing to share.
Oh,
There's
come
some
on.
Okay,
crazy
Taylor,
stories.
Taylor.
You got-
You
I
can
can
share
tell-
one. Just choose your story carefully.
I can tell you guys are up to no good. When I see y'all together, I can tell y'all are up to no good. She claims to be the devil. So if she's the devil, you're right next to the devil. You're the devil's right-hand man there. I know y'all are up to some wild, crazy stuff. Come on. Give us a little scoop on Morgan Jane.
Oh, Lord. Now, see, like I said, we've got stories, but to choose the story, which one, carefully, I could choose the wrong one. So,
hey,
just-
talk about do the story with the clown, the donkey, and the zebra.
Yeah,
the
That was a crazy night. Let me tell you.
I'm sure. Sounds crazy.
Tijuana's a wild
Nah.
place.
Yes, it is.
Lord, goodness gracious. Adrian, why are you putting your 2 cents in this, really? Because it's not concerning you at all. You're literally in none of these stories. So,
Main event for EWA November Fest. Taylor.
Yeah.
I don't know. I tried to come up with a cool wrestling name for you.
Taylor, the devil's right-hand man.
Taylor.
Versus Adrian Alexander. Falls Count Anywhere. It's happening.
Yeah, there we go, Taylor. Get your wrestling gear ready. Get your wrestling license ready because you're going to be in the ring with Adrian Alexander if he survives the Frank the Tank match.
Taylor, I'll take your place.
Uh-oh. She's
Please
going to take
do.
it up for you.
Uh-oh.
She's taking this
Wow.
shit up.
Adrian
Wow.
versus the Star.
Nobody talks to her
Morgan
right hand right hand,
Best friend coming in clutch.
Best
She's gonna take my
friend.
spot. I'll be in her corner.
right hand best friend.
Of course.
She's gonna fight AJ Alexander. Oh,
Shit gets real on the Nice Guy Andy podcast.
and Frank the Tank wants one of our belts.
Huh?
Frank the Tank wants one of those nice games.
He wants a belt for my.
I want a belt.
Yeah, we want a belt.
Hey,
I've got.
we definitely
Hey,
do.
I've got the Nice Guy Andy podcast right here, guys. Exclusively, the Nice Guy Andy podcast will be having a women's championship soon. We are having the belt made right now, and our friend Muhammad Jafar is making us a belt.
The man from afar.
Man from
Man
afar.
from Pakistan.
If you guys, by the way, if you guys want a custom made belt like the Nice Guy Andy podcast has, we can get you a belt made. Just get in contact with me or Johnny, and we will get in touch with Muhammad Jafar, or you can call him Muhammad Jafar himself, and he'll work with you. But you can work with us since there is a language barrier there a little bit. We can make sure that you get what you want, and it would be easier to contact me or Johnny, and we'll get you the custom-made belt that you like for your independent promotion, or just one to hang on your wall, one to carry around for yourself to the matches. Just get a contact with us. We love Muhammad Jafar. He is like a family member to us.
Muhammad Jafar is the man who made the Elite Wrestling Alliance Championship.
Exactly, and we helped you out with that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Actually, the belt was sent to me, and I presented it at the second EWA.
It was the very first EWA.
Was
Oh, no,
the-
it was the second. You're right. It was
Second
the second show.
The
Yep.
second EWA
It's a
show,
gorgeous belt.
and hopefully we'll have some more belts for EWA at some point.
DJ Eric said Taylor could beat Adrian with one arm tied behind her back.
Sorry,
Listen.
Oh, goodness.
sorry I didn't get your phone call in there, DJ, but we had a lot of people calling in at that time, and we wanted to get back to Taylor, which is the Devil's right-hand friend. So
And speaking of Nice Guy Andy Podcast Championships, our champion just chimed in. He said, so that rematch?
Matt Atreya?
Yeah.
Hey, Matt Atreya, I mean, you guys at the Diamond Cartel are bringing in Frank the Tank to take on Adrian. I mean, Frank's claiming that there's going to be no Adrian afterwards. So I don't know. What do you think? Adrian says he's going to win that match. So
Listen,
I'm calling it right now. Adrian's winning that match.
Win, lose, or draw, I guarantee you there's not quit in Adrian Alexander.
Wow, okay.
No matter what happens on Sunday, I am coming for that Nice Guy Andy Podcast Championship. I am taking back Bluey once again. The Nice Guy Andy Podcast will be across my shoulder. And Matt Atreya, you name the place, name the time, name the stipulation, and I will be there.
Frank the Tank said you'll have to forfeit. Shots fired.
We can go on and on all night long about Sunday. This isn't about Sunday. The Diamond Exchange is all about Sunday. You want to know what's going to happen Sunday? You come on Sunday. You come to 100 Hilltop Drive.
101.
101 Hilltop Drive. 100 will take you right to the parking lot, though. 101 Hilltop Drive.
It's close enough.
Right there
14.
in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. The New South Wrestling Event Center. You come, you sit down, you watch the amazing talent that New South Wrestling has to offer. You watch myself, you watch the legend Frank the Tank go one-on-one there in the ring. You want to make up exactly what's going to happen on Sunday? No. That's not how this goes. You come, you watch what happens on Sunday, because I guarantee you it will be a show. But we go back to this again. This is not about Sunday. This is not
right.
about Adrian
This is
Alexander.
about
This is
Morgan
not
Jane.
about Frank the Tank. This is not about Scott Diamond. This is the Morgan Jane Show.
Yes, it is.
This is the star right here.
The star.
Exactly.
And she looks terribly.
beautiful.
And my best friend Taylor.
She looks beautiful. in
She's
this.
my best friend.
She looks beautiful in this Nice Guy Andy podcast dress.
Yeah, she's
color
specifically
here.
worked for
Sponsored
us.
by Nice Guy Andy Podcast.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, you could have. I just don't. Yeah, I'm for words like I can't
She's
even talk.
stunning. She's that stunning.
Stunning. I can't even
Make you
talk.
lost
Like I
for
can't even
words.
talk.
She's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, actually,
right.
hold on. No, we're going to go back to this one more time. DJ Eric, this may have been the smartest thing you've said all night long. Matt Atreya versus Adrian Alexander. If Matt wins, Morgan joins the Diamond Cartel. If Adrian wins, he becomes the Diamond Cartel's manservant.
What?
Oh wow, like a butler.
Hold on now. Hold on. Now, that may not be the smartest thing. I just reread that again.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Hey.
How do I either way Adrian doesn't win? Hold on. Hold on just a minute.
Hold
That
on,
you know,
TJ.
I'm a little slow tonight. I'm a little slow. I'm trying to pay
He's been
attention to
banged
too
on the
many
head a
things.
time or two.
But hold on. You know, Eric, no. We are canceling the
Yeah,
Book
that's not
DJ Eric tour right now before it even
Exactly.
gets off the ground. This is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
That- yeah, it's
for
like
sure he has
he's
out
saying
there.
you're going to
That's
lose either way. It looks like you're going to become a manservant if you win.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. What's going
No,
to
it's
happen?
if you win, then she becomes part of the. Well, I don't
No,
know.
that still doesn't. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, as much as she could probably benefit from joining the Diamond Cartel, that doesn't.
They
win
can
with
benefit
me
from
either
her
way.
having her out
Yeah,
there.
That's what I'm
you
saying.
out.
But that's
She's
yeah.
definitely going to turn some heads and like
Unless she joins
take
the
some of
cartel
those.
And you join it, but I guess that makes no sense.
Yeah, it makes no sense. DJ Eric.
Never mind. You're canceling
DJ Eric's been
canceling the
s-
book Diamond.
DJ
DJ
Eric's been
It's
smoking his own lunch.
DJ, I'm sorry, DJ.
You screwed that up, dude.
He's been smoking his lunch. Come on, DJ, quit smoking your lunch.
I mean, you always say is that if Adrian wins or losses, for some reason he's losing either way.
I'm not losing. I get the Nice Guy Indie podcast title back. So
Yeah, that's the most one of the most
Most
the
prestigious title.
prestigious titles there is in Kentucky right now. I think
I mean, think about it. It's
there is
been-
another podcast that has a belt, but the Ring Generals
They never came up and shook our hand or talked.
they
to
didn't even
us.
come and talk to us. They stole our idea. We need to talk to you guys, Ring General. Come on,
They are.
talk to us.
They are based up there with Grindhouse Pro Wrestling,
So they're probably they're in Cincinnati then, aren't they?
Indiana.
Indiana. Oh, they're in Indiana. So their belts in Indiana.
But
belts,
they
so.
did. But they.
Our belt's a Kentucky belt. So
Taylor
Taylor,
asking questions.
what about this story you got to tell us?
I have no story. I couldn't think of one.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
Okay, all right,
She's
all
a
right.
real
While-
friend.
While we're
She's
waiting,
got some dirt on you, and
She's
she's not going to
slacking.
give it up.
Yeah.
While
she's-
we're waiting
she's
on
like,
you to-
haha, I could give away a story.
You got a
if I
story
want.
about it, Taylor?
Oh, turn the tape.
Ah.
yes.
Come on,
Spill the beans on Taylor.
Do
Spill that
it.
tea.
Do
Spill
it.
that tea.
Taylor,
Do it.
Spill
Guys,
that
if
tea.
y'all don't know, Taylor looks like this little innocent, cute little redhead chick. She looks like she's so innocent, but I bet
Don't let
she
her
is the
fool
devil.
you.
I bet
Don't
she's a
let her
devil
fool
too.
you.
Right, Taylor? You're a devil
Okay,
too?
guys. Hold on.
Johnny's unbroke the microphone. Hold on. We've broke the Nice Guy Indie
Went
podcast
limp.
set.
It went limp.
It went limp.
We got to get him a new microphone, I guess.
They make a pill for that, Johnny.
Johnny gets excited.
Come on. Adrian,
Am I
mine
right,
does not go
Taylor?
like that.
Am I right, Taylor? Taylor is the devil too, right?
She is the devil and the devil is bad.
I
Yeah.
can be. fine.
Can be.
She's a redhead.
I know, right? You can tell.
They're fiery.
Yeah. So you're not gonna give us any good,
No good deets.
juicy, juicy
dirt.
things about Morgan? Come on.
Now's your chance.
I was about to say, he tells any stories about me, Morgan. Choose your story carefully.
Choose your stories carefully, Morgan.
Honestly, I genuinely can't think of anything that I could like spit out because I want to embarrass you, but I don't. Nothing is coming to my mind.
Yeah, that's the devil part right there.
I keep
Seriously, we get
one
off
hint. Any of our trips to downtown Nashville. Just think about that.
What did she say?
I think that has to do with the donkey and the zebra.
No,
So you wanna miss
bars
it?
and the bar hopping that we used to do in downtown Nashville.
Oh,
when I lived
Nashville's
in
a
Nashville.
Nashville's a party place, right? It's the
Yeah.
the what is it the bridal cap the shit bridesmaid capital of the world, I think. Bridesmaid
about
parties capital of the world.
Sounds about right.
The bridesmaid capital of the world. Like they have the bridesmaid most
Place
bride
where country
bride.
music is.
I can't even talk, right? Bridesmaid
I
shit.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That
Bridesmaid
We have
shit.
fallen off the rails here at Nice Guy Andy
Hey, it
Podcast.
happens
We're so,
sometimes.
yeah.
We will be back right after these
I'm not-
commercials.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
And we're back.
I'll tell you. Sometimes
And
it
we're
happens.
back.
I mean,
Here live with the Nice Guy Adrian podcast,
that's right. The Nice Guy Adrian podcast.
my
No.
special guest, Morgan Jane.
Yeah, go ahead.
She's
You
stunning.
got any questions for her? Go ahead, Adrian.
Morgan,
Adrian?
who is your favorite talent that you have ever managed in the last 4 months?
Not Adrian Alexander.
What?
Are you saying
I
that
set you up for that one. You know, I paid you. You're supposed to take the money, and then you're supposed to...
You're
Wait.
supposed to
Oh,
yeah,
she's
put him
learning.
over.
She's
He's the
learning.
boss.
And she
Technical difficulties. We'll be right back. And cut.
Is she saying that Tyra Logan's her favorite?
Oh,
That she
I
managed?
forgot about. Hold on now. Hold on now. Hold on. We're tag team champions now. Be careful. Oh, hey, Allied Pro Wrestling. Wow.
Uh-huh.
that
Yeah,
slipped
y'all
my
are tag
mind.
teams down there, right?
Allied Pro Wrestling. We're tag team champions down
That's
there.
right.
Myself, Tyler Logan, and Morgan Jane. Wow, how did I miss that one?
I don't know. That's
Listen,
a great. That's
the
a great
26th
promotion down there.
26th of August, we defend our titles against Arcade Hangover. If you want to see Morgan Jane in action, you need to get yourself down to Lynn Camp, August the 26th, Allied Pro Wrestling.
Damn straight.
August the
and
26th.
watch shit happen.
Is that the legendary
That's right.
show that Larry's going to be down there?
Yes, it is.
Legendary something. Larry D will be in action against Carson Drake.
And also
That's
be
all you
doing
need to
Sid
know.
Yeah.
What else? What else we got going on in that show? Let's see here. Let me brainstorm. We've got us against Arcade Hangover. What else has been announced?
I don't know, but that's
Allied
always a
Pro
great
Wrestling,
promotion down there.
Heavyweight
Allied Wrestling,
Champion.
Allied Pro Wrestling is always a great show, guys. We've been down there a couple times,
You've got
and
Adrian
we love
Alexander
it.
and Morgan Jane on the card. Of course, it's a great show.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not biased or anything.
I think Marty Clay's a champ down there, ain't
Yes,
Yes,
he
he
is.
is.
Marty Clay is the
We were there when he
APW
won.
champion.
he? Yeah, it's like,
We were there when he beat Marcus Johnson. He told him.
guys, we
He called his
are
shot.
coming up on the 2-hour mark here. At this point, I let everybody say their last words. I'm gonna let Sean Johns go first.
Of course, well, I guess we'll let the
Let the
best
cracker
man.
The cracker of the Cracker
I
Barrel.
got you, Cracker Jack, Johnny. Anyways, all right. I want to thank everybody for coming. Adrian, always a pleasure,
Skeet
boss.
skeet.
Shut up. MJ, I will never call you Morgan J. I've always known you as MJ. That's what you are to me. Take it like that.
MJ Spider-Man's girlfriend.
Shut up.
It's true.
Oh, I know that. Johnny,
Get him, Tiger.
Johnny, shut up. You're part of the thing. You done a good job. Your stupid yellow sparkly vest.
It's the greatest.
No, it's stupid. Anyways, Andy, always a
Yes,
pleasure.
yes.
Everybody else, stay nice. I'm not jealous of sparkles.
Here you are.
Superfly, you want to go next?
I just want to say thank you to everyone that's tuned in tonight. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Frank the Tank, for coming in. Scott Diamond, thank you for calling in. Want to thank Taylor for calling in. It's always a pleasure. Morgan Jane, it's beautiful as ever. Thank you for coming in. Hey, Jack Xander, the man.
Beautiful as ever. Yeah, I know.
That's right. No, you're not as beautiful as her, but
Okay,
I mean,
that's
you
fair,
do
that's
have
fair.
a, you do
But
have a
I
stunning
mean,
beard.
come on.
You do have a stunning beard. I'll
Thank
give you that.
Thank you.
Andy,
Yeah.
excellent host.
Thank you.
Almost as stunning of a beard.
I do have
That's
a pretty
right.
good beard.
Almost
Look
as
at that
stunning
hair.
as your
The hair is
beard.
great, right?
He's a Super Hawk,
I am a Silverhawk.
and he's also AJ Kazana's best friend.
Best friend.
All right. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm going to need to talk to you after this show.
Yeah.
AMW Series 2 King of the Mountains is coming up pretty shortly. I think I have a date with AJ Kazana, so if you could give me some tips on your best friend over here.
We'll
would
talk
be,
about it. We'll
greatly
talk about it.
appreciated.
You know, I work
Johns.
on that cash
What's up,
flow.
Johnny?
That's Sean Johnson. Is always great every time he comes in. Still Cracker Jack. He needs to give
I
me a
ain't
discount.
Stop calling me a cracker. That's
Also,
disrespect.
Dana, how's that disrespectful? Me and you. You're a fool. You're a fool. Stay
That's why
nice,
you ain't
everybody.
getting no discount.
Taylor, you want to go next?
Don't care.
Taylor, you still there?
As always, guys, yeah, I'm still here. As always, guys, it's a pleasure to talking to you. Adrian, I have nothing to say to you.
The disrespect.
Morgan, I love your face.
I love your face.
Bye, guys. 6
You love
a.m.
my
comes
face?
early.
Oh, I love you too, Taylor.
She don't love anybody but me.
Thank you, Taylor, for calling in. I'll always love seeing you at the shows. You always have the cutest smile. So thank you for calling in.
Of course. Thank you, guys. See you later.
All right, bye-bye. Adrian, it's your turn.
Guys, as always, go watch independent wrestling. Go check out Elite Wrestling Alliance on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube. Go check out New South Wrestling this Sunday. Possible Underdog Story. Come watch APW, Allied Pro Wrestling. Watch myself, Tyler Logan, and Morgan Jane as we defend the APW Tag Team titles against Arcade Hangover. Come watch UCW Wrestling. Watch USWF Wrestling. Watch all independent wrestling. I am forgetting them all. Watch them. Support the Nice Guy Andy podcast. Support the Nice Guy Andy podcast. Support the Nice Guy Andy podcast.
Please.
Support Andy. Support Johnny.
that.
Support Sean Johns. Tripped over that one as well. And last but not least, support the up and rising star that is the Devil Incarnate, Morgan Jane.
Morgan Jane. It's your turn, Morgan. Go ahead.
I want to thank y'all for having me.
Thank you.
Adrian, thanks for taking over my podcast.
Always. Always.
He takes over our podcast too. So
Yep.
Guys,
I
thank
love
you so
Adrian.
much for
Adrian's
having us.
awesome.
This is awesome. This platform right here is exactly why we do what we do. We do this because we get to share the room with some awesome people. We get to tell some awesome stories. We get to share some awesome experiences. We get to make magic happen right here at the Nice Guy Andy podcast. If you aren't already, go support. Go subscribe. Subscribing means the world to these people. Subscriptions, stars, likes, comments, all of that makes this happen. It keeps the lights on in this place. It keeps people like myself, like Morgan Jane. It keeps us doing what we love to do, sharing our stories with each and every one of you. So go support the Nice Guy Andy podcast. Go subscribe, watch, share it with your friends. Tell everybody you know exactly why. Wednesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, any day that the Nice Guy Andy podcast, you guys are on there watching. Because this right here is where the magic happens. Thank you all.
thank you, Adrian. Appreciate you. And like Adrian said, go support the Nice Guy Andy podcast. Subscribe. Go on YouTube. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We are on Spotify too as a video. You can go on there and watch us on Spotify. This show here will be up as soon as possible. As soon as we can get them up, go and subscribe to subscribe to Superfly Johnny Lee on Facebook. Superfly versus Fandito on YouTube. Nice Guy Andy podcast. Andrew Watkins on Facebook. Give me some subscriptions too. The Nice Guy Andy podcast page and myself we're growing big time on Facebook. We need help growing on Spotify and YouTube, guys. So if y'all are watching us on Facebook, go over to YouTube, subscribe in case we lose our Facebook stuff. We are on Spotify, like I said. Go over and follow us on Spotify. You get the whole show over there. You get the video over there, too. So, Morgan Jane, thank you for coming in. You have a very inspirational story. We didn't know that about your legs, and we appreciate you going through your surgery and fighting the depression and coming back, and then we can have you on the podcast, and hopefully we'll have you back on when you're a bigger star and you got more stories to tell us, and we do appreciate you coming on. And like I said, we had Alexis Littlefoot on when she was pretty young in her career, and now she's a superstar. So we hope you go the same route as she does. Guys, check out Bobby Blade on YouTube. Check out Joe Monroe on YouTube. Check out the Elite Wrestling Alliance on YouTube. Check out AMW on YouTube. Appalachian Mountain Wrestling. Those guys are our friends down there. We don't get to get down there to see them as much. UCW, we're really good friends with those guys down there. Go check out their fair shows. Like I said, AMW is going to have a big show coming up here soon. Johnny, what days is that?
Which show?
AMW.
AMW September 9th.
September 9th. Johnny has half of my brain in his pocket. Guys, I let Johnny he has a great memory for me, so I let him memorize everything for me. I appreciate you guys, and if you're not having fun,
you ain't getting none. Damn Skippy. Yeet, yeet.
Yeet, yeet.
Nice Guy Andy podcast.
Comments that we get just because if they first popped off at the now situation, I'm gonna be his dad.
Ooh,
yeah! They all
what your mama said.
That's what I was supposed to have for everything. They're like, what kind of unfair race is this? I'm like, they first class.
this is a I'm telling you now, meditate, elevate, and dominate. Do it with the Nice Guy Indie podcast. Anyways, you guys go on your little
rinky-dink bullshit
podcast.
Thank you guys for coming. I appreciate you. Johnny, I appreciate everything you do, buddy. Guys, in a few weeks, I got a really special gift for Superfly Johnny Lee for everything he does here. Hopefully, we can get in a ring somewhere so I can give him something to appreciate, show appreciation for him. Adrian, we might have to figure out something. I'll talk to you.